told you I wasn't stepping to. I ain't disrespecting you, son. You wanted to be one way. What? You wanted to be one way. What is the other way?
Yeah. Funny how everybody loved debate till the judges say they lost. Funny how everybody claim they want smoke till the scorecards come across.
My name is my name.
Everybody gangster when the verdict go their way. Taking victory laps, posting on social media all day. But let them catch an L, now the judges all corrupt. Now the rules wasn't fair, now the platform messed up. When you won, it was justice. When you lost, it was rigged. When the spotlight was on you, man, you danced a little jig.
Funny how the narrative changes overnight. You a scholar on Monday, by Tuesday ready to fight.
Y'all don't want accountability, you want applause. Want championship treatment without championship flaws. See, debate ain't about feelings, it's about evidence, argument, and skill. Sometimes you climb the mountain,
sometimes you fall down the hill. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
but it's the other way.
When you win, it's all love.
When you lose, it's another day. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the same judges you praised last month ain't fair today. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the facts don't bend for feelings, no matter what you say. My name,
Yeah,
my name.
the hate got me laughing. It really tell the story. If the platform wasn't working, why they obsessed with my glory? Every week somebody got an opinion to proclaim, but they still tune in faithfully. That's free promotion of the name. Paradigm shift, TV 314 still standing, while critics in the comments keep demanding and demanding. See the infamous perspective, giving viewpoints room to breathe. The black church files digging deeper than was seen. The Kemet takeover, bringing culture to the floor. The GT perspective, asking questions they ignore. Here you get many choices. Ladies' night, giving divas voices. Different minds, different paths, different truth. Reaching the elders and the youth, but it's the other way.
You said the platform needed you, but somehow you still stayed.
Yeah,
You wanted to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the show keeps moving forward even after people stray. You wanted to be one way,
But it's the other way.
the audience decides, not the stories that you made. My name is my
I've seen debaters come and go. Some legends, some pretenders. Some became champions, some became contenders. Some accepted losses and came back even stronger. Others spent 6 months complaining and being bitter even longer. Everybody wanna run a platform. Everybody got advice, but very few know the sacrifice. Are willing to pay the price. Fight facts, challenge views, give the people real discussion. Not excuses when you lose. So whether they applaud or whether they complain, one thing remains forever.
My name is my name. You wanted to be one way,
But it's the other way.
my name is my name.
Yeah, they want it to be one way, but it's the other way. Welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, the infamous DMG, and we are back with another powerful debate. This one is not only for the Paradigm Shift TV 314 debate title, it's also for the Heavy Hitters Debate League title. Both of these brothers are putting the goal on the line. One man will walk away the unified Paradigm Shift TV 314 Heavy Hitters Debate League Open Topic Champion. Will it be the mighty, the legendary Mandika Mali, or will it be the charismatic pseudo hunter Heru Coscious? We gonna find out, but before we get into our spiel, y'all know I gotta do my spiel. Let me say hotep to all my Kemetic brothers and sisters. God bless. To all my Christian brothers and sisters. I want to say shalom to all my Israelite brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. I want to say peace to all my brothers and sisters in the nation of gods and earth, them 5%ers. I want to say Islam to all my Moorish brothers and sisters. I want to say salute to all my atheist brothers and sisters. Shout out to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. Bless up. I want to say what's up to all my Abo brothers and sisters. Last and certainly not least, I want to say Jumbo to all the rest of my brothers and sisters all throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America or beyond. Y'all know I say that greeting for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you Black, I'm with you, and I hope that you with me. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. We can have unity without uniformity. And last and certainly not least, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. Let me ask you something. Heru say I'm breaking up bad. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me on the panel? Let me know.
Yeah, the song was breaking up, but when I listened from my phone, it was all right. So, can you hear me? That's what I want to know. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you, but you low. I can hear you, but you low. And you got an echo.
It's much better, DMG. I can hear you now.
I got an echo.
Yeah, I was gonna say JJ sounds very, very low.
I'm gonna go out and come back.
Yeah.
In.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him and that echo, bro. I told him if he got another screen open to mute it.
Yeah, that might be it.
But while we waiting on the brother to come back, we got some business to conclude as it pertains to is there really an Islamic dilemma debate between Easy Bands and Nathaniel Hughes? Let me get that scorecard up so y'all can get those results. I apologize for getting them to you late. Like I said, I had a situation where I had to postpone the results and the results show, and one of the judges was unable to attend. We tried to resolve it by letting the audience vote. 26 people voted, 13 said Easy Bands, 13 said Nate. So that did not resolve it. So we had to reserve it for this judge. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these results so those brothers can have closure in what was, in my opinion, so far the debate of the year in the Worldview Wars Debate League. Under the category of content and argumentation, the brother gave the affirmative a 4 and the negative a 5. Under the category of evidence and sources, he gave the affirmative a 5 and the negative a 6. Under the Q&A, aka the chin check session, he gave the affirmative a 5 and the negative a 7. Under the category of delivery and presentation, he gave both combatants a 5. Under respect and professionalism, he gave the affirmative a 6, and he gave the negative an 8. That means the winner of the is there an Islamic dilemma is our brother, Nate Hughes. Congratulations to our brother on winning his Worldview Wars Debate League debut. Awesome debate. Definitely was a great and Easy Bands gave him all he could handle. And I think both brothers, as they progress through the league, will be providing people with tremendous competition going forward. King J, if you're in the audience, I believe my brother Nate Hughes got you in his scope, bro. So, keep your head on the swivel, brother. Keep your head on a swivel. You will see my brother Nate Hughes in the last argument standing. For those who don't know, y'all might have heard me say we were looking for 2 more participants. That is no longer the case. We have our 6 combatants. We are going to keep the format the way it is. 2 will start. They will contend for 6 minutes, 3 minutes each. They will have to give their particular argument. One will be eliminated, the other one will stay. Another combatant will come up, and we will start that process all over again. So it'll be single elimination until there is one argument or one debater left standing. That individual will receive a world title opportunity at the Worldview Wars Debate League world title at Debate Mania 2 in September. They will either be facing Gideon or Lucifer. Those brothers will be facing off for the world title on August 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's August 2nd or August 1st. So we got some things going on, man. Y'all stay tuned with us. Right now, we about to get to it with Mandika Mali and Heru Coscious. Did the 18th dynasty of Kemet believe the Neter/Neteru were literal beings? Before we get into our festivities, man, y'all know how we do. I just got a little something I need to play for y'all.
Two worldviews, one stage, no excuses. A legend in the debate community, Mandika Mali. Standing across from him, the pseudo-hunter, Heru Coscious. When the lights come on, reputations are on the line, and only one man leaves with the momentum, the victory, and the gold. No running, no hiding, just arguments. Worldview Wars Debate League, where weak arguments go to die.
All right. And we came to the conclusion that our brother, Mandika Mali, was the affirmative in this contest. As a result, he will be going first. You got a 3-minute opening, brother, and then we'll get into Heru's 3-minute opening. Then, of course, you'll have a 12-minute first round. Heru will have a 12-minute first round, 12-minute second round as well. And then everybody's favorite part of the show, each of you brothers will have a 12-minute chin check session where you will be able to ask your opponent as many questions as you can for a 12-minute time period. Shout out to the brother March John in the building, bro. Looking forward to you getting back in the ring, or getting in the ring, I should say. Shout out to that brother. And then you'll have a 3-minute closeout. Now, I want to remind y'all, and I will remind y'all again when the time comes, you have 3 opportunities to stop your time during the chin check session. You have 3 timeouts during the chin check session. A lot of people tend to forget. I think our brother Nate Hughes put on a master class last week on how to use your 3 timeouts. So I hope y'all was paying attention. That said, JJ, are you ready for your opening?
Yeah, can you hear me loud and clear?
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
I hear you. You still a little low, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Now, you said I'm breaking up?
Okay. Can you hear me loud and clear now?
I hear you loud and clear, brother. Can you hear me? Hey, Heru, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
All right, JJ, you sharing your screen for the opening?
Of course. Of course.
All right. Screen is sharing. Time will start when you start talking.
Hold up.
What is that music, bro?
The point of this debate, man. No, there's no music on my end. There's no music.
It's completely silent here in my house.
It's completely silent here in
my house. All right. Can y'all hear me? DMG, can you hear me or the music?
I hear you now.
You all right? All right, let's go. Right,
hold up, y'all. So wait a minute. Pause. Y'all didn't hear that for real?
No, we ain't heard no music, fam.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear no music.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear no music.
Chat, y'all didn't hear that music. Am I going crazy?
Well, if 9 out of 10 people say they didn't hear it, and you the only one to hear it, you might want to get that checked out.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man. Hey, come on, bro.
All right, hey.
I'm getting in battle mode, man.
Time starts when you start talking, JJ.
Yeah. All right. He gonna hear the music, guy, because the fat lady finna be singing after this debate. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is JJ7000, the most feared debater on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife, my queen, Jenny Hayes. Shout out to the Lions Den, Sister Kareem, and everybody else. You know what we do. We ball and crawl. Now, this brother right here don't even know the definition of a netter. I want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, the netter is just like Donald Trump becoming the president. It's a position in government, ladies and gentlemen. You become that. You get coordinated with that position. The netterverse. See, this is a college-style essay that I'm coming out with. So the netter were human kings and queens who held jurisdiction over the Duat and the 2 lands, each ruling the district in death as they did in life. But my opponent don't understand that, because as above, so below. That is not a metaphor or myth. It was documented dual administration. We got to talk. Somebody need to mute their mic, please. The living horse king were queens that ruled the black land. The dead Osiris King and Osiris Queen's ruled the Duat. All were human netter rule. All kept their thrones. This is a proven constitution, coronation scripts, tax receipts. My opponent don't even know nothing about this. If you're coming against my argument, this is what you're going to have to be dealing with. You're going to have to be dealing with the methodology, the receipts over religion, the negative argument, cosmic existence, invisible forces, and symbolic gods. The affirmative brings college source material, primary Egyptian text, and peer-reviewed university translations. Guess what, sir? And I'm going to the museums of ascended artifacts. You ain't ready for this. The accept text ledgers in college debate, the standard is not who has the prettier myth, but who has the text. Once the affirmative meets the prima facie burden, the primary source, then the burden of proof shifts to the negative to disprove these sources. With text, commentary, Egyptian blogs, the late period theology do not override a year 33 tax receipt. This tax receipt for netters. If the negative cannot produce a primary source that directly contradicts our 8 sources that I'm bringing, the affirmative wins with evidence. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to be bringing the living court, the human queens and queens as Neteru. There's the sources right there. The coffin text spell 148. You know what I'm saying? I am Ra. I am his rising. There is no God who made me. I made myself. I command the happy. I judge like Osiris. When they go in their coronation, they are set as judges, as people who raise the armies, who feed the temples. This guy don't know what a netter is. I don't know why he came to this debate acting like he didn't know. I'm not talking about nobody in the space. I'm talking about you're a living being, a literal netter being, which a being is a human on Earth who has the netter position like a president. Trump is a president. You see what I'm saying? Amenhotep is the netter, the king, the position. You in some trouble, sir, because you ain't got no sources to back anything.
That is time. Finish your thought, though. Finish your thought.
Like that, it's over. Yeah, like I say, man. Hey, I'm gonna be showing you kings in that 18th dynasty who actually deified as netter on Earth. Amenhotep III and Tutmos. And then the other ones, like I say,
all right, that's time.
To show you how they become. He ain't got nothing coming, bro. I'm telling you. He's done.
All right. Heru, time is reset for your opening. Do you want to share your screen, brother? Heru, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I do want to share my screen.
All right. And real quick, let me shout out everybody.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all being with us, each and every one of y'all. Shout out to my sister stepping to the light. Light Brown in the building. Y'all make sure y'all here to check her out every Wednesday. Step into the light with Light Brown. Shout out to the Kemet Infomonger, Steve, Mr. Cab. Shout out to Coffee Culture TV in the building. My man's in them. Salute to my man, Vincent Mueller. And big shout out to the OG, triple OG, my elder Apostle Saquon in the building. I hope I said your name right, Elder. If I didn't, charge it to my head, not my heart. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Let me get your screen shared, Heru, and I will start your time when you start talking, my brother. Make sure everything is up the way you want it before I hit that timer.
Okay, hang on a second here. Okay. Hey, hold on. Waiting for it to load up on my end. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to say peace to my queen, Miss Heru Coscious. What's wrong, DMG?
No, go ahead, bro. You good?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I want to say peace to my queen, Miss Heru Coscious. I want to say, peace to the Heavy Hitters Debate League, peace to Paradigm Shift, peace to Worldview Wars Debate League. Let's get it. Hey, look, listen, today, the resolution before us is, did the people of the 18th dynasty of Kemet believe that Neter and Neteru were literal beings? As a negative, I reject that resolution. Now, let me be very clear from the beginning. I'm not making a grammatical argument, as this is a Kemetic theological framework. I'm not arguing that the Kemetic people believe the Neteru were imaginary or unreal. That's a straw man. And if my opponent argues against that, he'll be debating a position that I never took. The affirmative has a much heavier burden. He must demonstrate that the people of the 18th dynasty understood the Neter and Neteru as literal beings, not merely as real within their worldview, but as literal, independent beings in the sense required by the resolution. Now, that burden actually has not been met. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they approach an ancient Egyptian religion is imposing modern categories onto an ancient worldview. Egyptian theology does not separate deity from function the way Western religions often do. Shu is not merely a man. Shu is a force of air and separation. Tefnut is not merely a woman. She embodies moisture and balance. Geb is the earth. Nut is Mayat is true.
Hey, Heru, I stopped your time, bro. Can you hear me? All right, we lost Heru for the time being. Hopefully the brother can come back in. I had stopped his time. I was trying to tell him, but he had fell off. He is having some connection issues. We're going to wait for the brother to come back in. Definitely started having some connection issues. We're going to let him come back in. He had about a minute left. But yeah, we're going to let him come back in and start where he left off. Hopefully we can get him back in ASAP. Let me give him a call and make sure everything is straight. In the meantime, make sure everything is straight. In the meantime.
Two worldviews, one stage, no excuses. A legend in the debate community, Mandika. Standing apart from him, the pseudo-hunter, Heru punches. When the lights come on, reputations are on the line, and only one man leaves with the momentum, the victory, and the gold. No running, no hiding, just arguments. Worldview Wars Debate League, where weak arguments go to die.
I don't got no friends. I don't got no friends. You know what I mean? I got supporters, people on my side and people on the other side.
Welcome to the shift where the whole room glows. DMG vibes got the city on go. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' grow. This is black, I'm with you, let the whole world know. Paradigm light, yeah, we shine just right.
Respect your view, even if we don't align right. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. This that channel that be talking back, energy attack. Iron sharp as iron, watch the whole league react. Competition in the building, better tighten up your facts. We ain't clones, but we still mirror how you crack under impact. Every debater work hard, spot a weak, rap fast. You live wrong, paradigm shift and break your stance. I'm the judge, the jury, the pen, the contrast. My bars hit always like a quadruple, by entire shift, where the whole room go.
All right, family, we got the brother back. Heru, go ahead and bring your presentation back.
Heru, go ahead and bring your presentation.
Go ahead and bring your presentation up, bro.
All right.
I had stopped your time with 1 minute left, but people were saying that you sounded kind of choppy the whole time. JJ, do you have any issues with letting Heru start over?
Nah, I don't have no issues with it.
All right, I'm gonna reset your time
Okay,
at
so you
3
said I
minutes.
have 1 minute left?
And nah, we're gonna let you start over, bro. Because people were saying they couldn't hear you throughout the whole thing. So I'm gonna have you start your opening from the beginning. I reset the clock at 3 minutes. Now, I don't see the presentation. Can you see it? We lost the brother again. Yep, we lost the brother again, family. Yep, we lost the brother again, family. JJ, fix that echo, man. Fix that echo. Fix that echo.
Come on, bro. How's the echo? Let me turn my camera off and see if it's an echo. Hold up. Because y'all gonna have to hear this information. Can you hear me now better? I ain't but my sources. But my
JJ.
Hey, but my downloads. You hear me?
Yeah, it's still an echo, bro.
JJ. Yeah.
It's still an echo.
Are you serious? That's you, man. Turn your mic off and then let me speak and you listen to in the camera and see if it's echoing. It might be you. Everybody was saying that your stuff was echoing. You know? All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
I'm hearing myself in your mic, JJ.
Ain't me.
I'm hearing myself in your mic, JJ.
What the audience saying? Hey, y'all put a
Yeah, it seems like every time I go to present and share screen, it cuts me out.
Okay.
And I'm not understanding why that is.
Yeah, I don't understand that either, bro.
Is my screen up now?
Yeah, I see it.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you take notes. You see? If the system break down, you got your notes.
All right,
Yeah,
let's try it
too,
again.
we got to have a presentation, JJ. So we're not doing that. All right, you ready?
Mute out, JJ. All right,
All
yeah, he
right.
must be muted because I don't hear myself in the background. All right, let's try it again, man. Time starts.
All right. Netter slash Neteru were literal beings. Okay. So again, the resolution before us is: did the people of the 18th dynasty of Kemet believe the Neter slash Neteru were literal beings? As a negative, I reject that resolution. Now, let me be very clear from the beginning. I'm not making a grammatical argument. This is a Kemetic theological framework. I'm not arguing that the Kemetic people believe the Neteru were imaginary or unreal. That's a straw man. And if my opponent argues against it, he'll be debating a position that I never took. The affirmative actually has a much heavier burden. He must demonstrate that the people of the 18th dynasty understood the Neteru, or the Neter and Neteru, as literal beings, not merely as real within their worldview, but as literal independent beings in the sense required by the resolution. That burden has not been met. One of the biggest mistakes people make when approaching ancient Egyptian religion is imposing modern categories onto an ancient worldview. Egyptian theology does not separate deity from function the way Western religions often do. Shu is not merely a man. Shu is a force of air and separation. Tefnut is not merely a woman. She embodies moisture and balance. Geb is the earth. Nut is the sky. Mayat is truth, justice, and cosmic order. These are not simply characters in the story. They are actually the very principles that sustain existence. During life, the king identified with Heru. Upon death, he becomes a Sar. Every legitimate king participates in these identities. If Heru and Asar were understood merely as unique literal individuals, how can countless kings across centuries become Heru in life and Asar in death? The evidence points to divine offices, manifestations, and theological identities, not merely isolated beings.
1 minute.
My opponent has already relied heavily on grammar, specifically the determinative for Netter. But grammar cannot settle metaphysics. Determinatives tell us words belong to the semantic category of a deity. It does not tell us the philosophical nature of that deity. Language classifies words. Theology actually explains what those words actually mean. Now, therefore, the affirmative cannot simply prove the Egyptians worshiped the Neteru. He must prove the people of the 18th dynasty conceived them as literal beings in the exclusive sense required by the resolution. I will show the primary text, the royal theology, and the nature of Egyptian religion support a far more sophisticated understanding in which the Neteru are divine realities expressed through cosmic principles, functions, and manifestations, not merely literal beings. And for those reasons, I ask you to reject the resolution.
That is time. Right on time. All right, let me remove Heru's presentation. All right, and now we are in the round section of the debate. Let me reset the clock at 12 minutes. Mandinka Mali, it is on you, my brother. Wait a minute, my clock is tripping. Hold on. All right. I got the time set at 12 minutes. Share your screen whenever you're ready, Mandinka.
Yeah, DMG. Yeah, let me. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you. And hey, Rue, you could have left yours up, bro. I was just going to leave it down there. That way I can move it back and forth whenever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll upload it again.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll upload it again.
And see, there it go, JJ. It can't be me because I just heard Heru too. See, there it go, so, JJ. It can't be.
So you hear me echoing?
I heard Heru, and I can hear myself. If you got any other screens besides StreamYard open, close them. If you got screens besides StreamYard open, close.
Hold up. That ain't even what I want to show yet. Hold up. That's what I want to show. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You see my screen, everybody, right?
Yep. Time starts when you start.
Let me know when I can go. Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Time starts when you start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this debate started, right, man?
Yeah, I can hear you,
like
JJ.
I'm gonna be coming with source.
Yeah, I can hear you, JJ.
Yeah. Come on, bro. I don't need you to be listening. You should have listened before the debate. I told you don't show up. Now I'm coming up here, ladies and gentlemen, with 12 citations.
JJ, I'll
right?
stop to
so
time.
We ain't gotta go over this.
JJ, I'll stop to time. Listen, you not hearing us. You hearing the echo, bro.
What's going on now?
I don't know what's going. Do you have any other screens open besides StreamYard? I don't know what's going. Do you have any other screens open besides StreamYard?
All I got is all my my downloads, my PDFs. That's all I got up in my bar at the top. Do I need to close all them?
Not if you need them, but I just need you to make sure because.
Yeah, I need them all. I need my.
Okay, make sure you don't have something open where the audio is coming through because I can hear me and I can hear Heru through yours.
I mean, this is what I.
Me and I can hear Heru through. All right, we gonna continue. I'm just gonna mute up. We gonna continue.
So.
We gonna continue. I'm just gonna mute up. We gonna continue.
Hold on, let me, because can you see this one? I want to make sure y'all can see my screen. What's going on? All right, so we get everything loaded back up. All right, because I think y'all probably need to mute your mic. All right, everybody mute their mic, and then all right, so let me share my screen. Shout out to Elder Apostle. All right. Okay. So let's see, where was I at? All right, artifact. Am I good?
Yeah, you good, JJ.
Y'all can hear me.
We can hear you. Are you trying to share your screen? We can hear you.
Yeah, but you ain't sharing my screen.
Are you trying to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen. Yep.
So JJ, just like just then, I had been said that. You hearing the echo. Yeah, this audio is crazy. Like just then,
Yeah, can y'all hear me now?
I could hear you, bro.
I could hear you, bro.
Okay, I'm getting ready to start.
JJ, I dropped you to the back. Listen, we can hear you. We can also hear ourselves through your screen. You are hearing our echo. Heru can say something, you hear it later. I say something, you hear it later. Your audio is jacked up. That's what I've been trying to tell you. You're not hearing us. It's like a lag. I can hear the echo. Heru can hear the echo. I can hear Heru and I can hear myself through your screen. The audience can hear it too. So I'm saying, I don't know what it is on your end, but it's an echo and you not hearing us. I'm going to try to continue. I'm just going to mute my mic, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to tell you when your time up or none of that. Unmute your mic.
So I closed out all of my information, right? And then I just have to jump to my download.
Well, let's see if that helped. Let's see if that helped. Yeah, that didn't help. That didn't help. Just go ahead, bro. If you're ready, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Your mic so I can go. All right. Just kind of.
Just go ahead, bro. If you're ready, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Bet. So, how the 18th dynasty kings become Neter Nefer at coronation? This is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because my opponent seems to think that we're not debating the topic about what the Neter is. He seems to think that we're talking about some kind of mystical being and fly in the sky, but we're talking about a position of power, right? Just like Donald Trump is the president. He is the president. This is a different name for a king that comes into power who embodies of the Neters that they believe that was real. So this essay proves that the 18th dynasty king underwent a legal theological transformation at coronation. See? He entered as Sa-Nasar. That's a king, son. Or Sa-Neter, son of God. The human heir. See? He emerged as Neter, the perfect God. A concrete divine being. I don't know why he don't think that a person is not a being. Holding office of horse. See? The change was effected by 4 ritual acts that I'm going to be demonstrating in this debate. And is that my opponent needs to tear down. See, I'm coming from Ukudian Dur 18th dynasty. This is the museum citations that they use. Every scholar, a lot of these major scholars use these citations from the museum. The new Neter had specific enforceable jobs. When he died, he underwent a second transformation into the wiser, the Osiris, and the Neter, the great God, when he passed away. See? Requiring the next living Neter to maintain him, ladies and gentlemen. This was a system. The entire system was legal, fiscal, and revocable. So I'm bringing 5 men. The one that he said he's going to be bringing to the debate, John Osmond, is the one that I'm going to be putting in the forefront to debunk him because he's not using them right. You better not bring him to this debate. Henry Frankfurt, Lanny Bell, David Silverman, and Eric Hornung. Coverage of this model using the same primary sources, ladies and gentlemen. So my opponent don't know what a netter is, right? And what it meant in the 18th dynasty, right? So the old Egyptology called Pharaonic kingship divine, but treated it as a metaphor. The king was son of God, God representative, but still human. So you know why? This fails to explain, Heru consciousness, that the 18th dynasty legal and economic records. See, here's a source right here, the O Cairo 25643 at Del El Medina. This is a jurisdictional osteron, which means the osteron are clay shards that they write records on, right? Record workers swearing an oath as the perfect God, the Lord of action, Menenkefra, lives for me. See, this oath is sworn to the throne name, Menenkefra, never to be given at birth like the name Tahuti, Mas, or Tutmos. See, this source, O-1s, give the penalty for violating that oath. You know what they would do when you disrespect the netter, the living netter? They cut your nose and your ear off. Who gonna cut their nose or ear off for a principle or a metaphor? That's what you're gonna have to answer. So the states do not mutilate citizens for perjury against metaphors, like I said earlier. The penalty proves the throne name designated the legal entity withstanding. You don't know nothing about this, sir. So we're gonna look into the 4 ritual acts that make the king the netter nefer, right? The transformation of the human side to divine nefer required 4 acts, and all 5 scholars identify the same 4, citing the Irk 4 passages. This is what they used the Irk 4. Watch this, y'all. Let's get into it. So ritual 1 act, appearing as king of the seat of Horus. The first act is a physical occupation of the office of Horus. Hatshepsut coronation text from the Red Chapel at Karnak reads, she appeared as king of Upper and Lower Egypt upon the seat of Horus in her palace of appearances. That's a source Irk 4, line 242-12. The verb ka is invocative, meaning to appear, to come into being, to be crowned. Here's your source. You said you're going to bring Jan Asman. Remember you said you're going to bring him? Call this a ritual act by which he becomes Horus. Like Trump becomes the president. Like Tyson becomes the champion. And now he has certain duties as that position. The king has to keep the army going. The king has to keep the temple going. That is a neterist position. The king is not merely a representative of Horus, but he is invoking Horus. He is saying he's Horus himself in the text. The Mind of Egypt, page 197 to 198. The moment is performative for Ka. Hatshepsut titles are Sa, Nus, king's daughter. See? Immediately after Ka, the text calls her Nefertret, perfect goddess, with female God determinative. You see what I'm saying? They know what the determinative is, a guy seated on a throne. Not no astrep. When they talk about an astrep, they have it in a papyrus, a scroll, letting you know what they're talking about. Right? So then we're going to go to Henry Frankfurt by mounting the seat of Horus, the king becomes Horus. The coronation is not recognition of divinity, but the creation of the kingship and the gods. Page 47 to 46, citing Irk 4. Eric Hornberg adds the linguistic base, right? The verb ka, to appear, marks the moment when the king acquires divine aku effectiveness. Conceptions of God, 142 to 143. See? The seat of Horus was a real throne. Occupying it was a legal transfer of cosmic order, first held by the god Horus in the Osiris myths. Then the human heirs walk. The neter nefer walks out. That's Lanny Bell notes. Opening the mouth was performed on Hatshepsut during the same ceremony. See? The rite used to animate cult statues. They animate these. The king was responsible for this statue. You see? Feeding the king that just passed away, the Osiris king that just passed away, so he can maintain Ma'at. and make it flood. This affects the ontological change. He emerges as Neter Nefer. See that? A being. A being, sir. You know what a human being is? A person or different order. New King of Divine Temple 145. Let's go to the ritual act. You know nothing about. You know nothing about. I am Horus. This is the ritual act that they do. The second act is a legal declaration of identity. The Horseman coronation decree issued after he took the throne as the non-royal general. Preserves the script. He said, I am Horus, avenger of his father Osiris. I'm the son of Osiris, ruler of rulers. This is what he professed. 4-2-2-1-1-1-6.56. This is the coffin text 148. He ain't gonna come for nothing, bro. This dude don't have nothing to come against this argument but his lip. That's it. And his assumptions. The Middle Kingdom text reproposed as the 18th dynasty coronation oath. You have to understand the coronation oath. And here's the source he said he bring me. Osman, he agrees. This is the
4 minutes.
utterance that constitutes, thank you, the new stage of being. He created Horus slot and a duty to avenge Osiris. Let's keep going. See, so the Ritual Act 3, there's a ritual to this. That must, the third, full tutelary show the system. Horus, strong bull appearing in Thebes. It says, I am the golden Horus, sacred of the powerful strength. But then you go through the legal persona. 4 of the 5 royal names describe the Neter aspect conceptions. Only the Sarah name is human. The other 4 take God determinatives. Osman, the throne name, designates the king in his divine office. It is the name under which he acts as God, to which oaths are sworn. How you gonna come against it? This is proven by Okaro 25643, where the workers swear to men in Kefarat, Neter Nefer, not the Houthi. That's Frankfurt. That's one of the sources. Oaths were sworn by the king's throne name. You know why? Because the name designated his divine persona, kingship. What are you going to bring to this debate, bro? You had nothing to go against it. The throne name was the legal persona of Neter, nature of kingship. The throne name could be prosecuted for perjury. They'll cut your nose and ears off. They're going to do that for a metaphor or a principle? Look at, then we go to the next step, ladies and gentlemen, when he becomes Neter, is the opening of the mouth, purification, making the body the Neter vessel. The 4th act remakes the king body into equipment for the Neter. You don't know nothing about this. Have suit text records, purification, open the mouth done on a person. They go to scores. 242, 246. Actually, it's done on coat statues. Remember I told you the coat statues? So the coronation unites their human heir with the royal ka. See, he know nothing about this, bro. He had nothing to refute this. The result is living Neter. There's your living Neter. There's your being. The immortal life force, the kingship, passed by horse to horse, the new composite being, equal human body, plus royal car, Neter Nefer. You don't even know what a Neter is. I don't know why you showed up for this debate. This is why the king can now eat offerings, hip, this, nah, and when he gives, and which he can give and transmit to other gods. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, y'all. Look at it. Here go the sources right here at the bottom. I even use his own source. The opening mouth gets the Neter functional sense. Mouth to eat, offerings, eyes to see. You have to debunk all this. The king is Neter because he does what the gods do. This is their system. This is their dogma. This is what they believe. This is literal. The king literal is a literal being. He is the position of Neter, just like Donald Trump is the president of the United States. I'm gonna keep you right on here on earth to show you what a Neter is and how he walked the earth. He's
1 minute.
God, not by birth, but by function, divinity, and deities. You ain't ready for me, man. You ran your mouth through this whole debate, and you're gonna come up here with nothing. After this right, because you know nothing about the coronation, ladies and gentlemen, the statue, the king's statue, are also open. The king and the statue share the same Neter status. Both receive code. Both take the God determinative. You better show us that. You better show us, sir. You have nothing to even bring to this debate. Look at this, y'all. The job of the Neter, what he must do to maintain my cosmic order, social order. That's what he must do. He must avenge Osiris. You know what he must do? He must feed the God. The king must feed the God. The Neter must feed the God the good corpse. The daily transfer of 1,000 grains. They feeding something that a principle? Huh? Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Look at this, y'all. Here go the sources right here, man. This dude, like I say, man, let me stop sharing. You are in a losing fight.
That
In the next round,
is
I'm going to the
time.
museum citations.
All right. Heru Conscious. The clock is reset for 12 minutes. Let me bring up your presentation. Powerful first round from the mighty, legendary Mandinka Mali. Now we're going to see what the charismatic pseudo hunter Heru Conscious got for us. Time will start when you start talking, my brother. Unmute your mic, Heru.
Okay, here we go. My bad. So yeah, what like I just called out, family. What we about to hear from JJ is a whole bunch of what he thinks I don't know, a whole bunch of I've been running my mouth, this, that, and the third. When the truth is, this is what he done for the past 2 weeks. So let me get right into my premise. The Neteru were regarded as real divine powers, but the evidence does not reduce the entire category to a literal human-like or historical individuals. Egyptian theology included cosmic realities, personified concepts, divine functions, manifestations, composite identities, and deified humans. Royal deification represents one part of the system, not the explanation for the entire system. So since my opponent wanted to jump out there with Jan Osman to prove divine kingship, that's fine. But Osman's theology doesn't stop with the king. Osman also describes Egyptian divinity through manifestation, multiplicity. He describes Amen as the hidden god whose symbols, images, and names are the many gods. So Osman simply cannot be reduced to kings equal God. Therefore, every netter was a literal person. His work recognizes a much more sophisticated theology of divine manifestation. And there's a very important chronological caveat. Osman sees this particular universalizing conception developing through the New Kingdom, especially through strong formulations after the Amarna period. So don't claim that this exact formulation characterized every year of the Dynasty 18. My opponent has repeatedly emphasized on hieroglyphic determinatives such as A40 and the divine classifications, but the determinative doesn't assist the reader in identifying words semantic category. It does not independently provide a complete philosophical explanation of the referent. Writing a name with a determinative can tell us that the that is the person, power, or identity being classified within the sphere of divinity. It does not by itself answer. I think I skipped something here. It doesn't, oh, I'm sorry. It does not by itself answer the resolution. So my opponent faces a dilemma here. If literal being simply means something the Egyptians considered real, then cosmic order, divine speech, magical efficacy, air, moisture, earth, sky may all qualify as real aspects of their religious cosmos. But that doesn't support his claim that they were historical people. If literal means a distinct human-like individual with personal identity, then he must prove that model consistently explains the entire category of Neteru. He cannot change definitions depending on the example. He cannot treat a deified king as proof of biological humanity, then treat Ma'at as an abstract reality, Amun-Ra as a fusion, and Shu as air, and still claim that he's demonstrated one uniform ontology. The affirmative must tell us exactly what a literal being is, and then apply that definition consistently. I've never once denied divine, making it like I don't know. But let's remove that one possible straw man immediately, because I'm not denying that Egyptian kingship was divine. The king was associated with Heru during life, described as the son of Ra, charged with maintaining Ma'at, positioned as the mediator between human and divine spheres. But even the Metropolitan Museum explanations carefully distinguishes the king's divine power and office from full unrestricted godhood. It states that the king was the living embodiment of Heru and son of Ra, while noting that the kings were only fully worshipped as Neter during their lifetimes in exceptional cases. It also explains that Egyptians recognized the king's mortality. The king, you have to understand, the kings being classified as divine does not prove that every divine entity was therefore originally a king. That's a logical error of reversing the category. A human ruler can enter a divine classification without every member of that classification being a former human ruler. Lexical classifications is not. So determinatives will actually tell us how the Egyptians organized, meaning they do not tell us what the reality is. This is straight from the
Hey, Ru, I stopped your time, bro. Hey, Ru, I stopped your time.
Metropolitan.
All right, we lost Heru again. The brother is having some connection issues. I was trying to catch him before it happened again, but he wasn't able to hear me. So we're gonna try to get him back. I suggested that he go through Chrome to try to get a better connection. Sometimes StreamYard be tripping. Chrome operates a little bit better for StreamYard. We're gonna try to get the brother back as soon as possible. I stopped his time at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So hopefully we'll get him back. He having connection issues, JJ having audio issues. It's a comedy of errors up in here tonight. But y'all continue to bear with us. We're gonna try to get through this thing. Continue to bear with
Don't
us.
put me in his.
We're gonna try to get through this. Look, now I ain't gotta put you in it. They just heard a repeat of what I just said through your audio. They wasn't hearing it when you was muted, but as soon as you opened it up, they heard it. It's crazy. All right, we got the brother back.
All right, I'm back, DMG. Where did I leave off? Where was the last thing you heard?
You start getting real choppy, bro. I was trying to get your attention. I had stopped your time at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. You couldn't hear me, so you were still going, and the chat was saying that your connection was bad, and I couldn't make out nothing you were saying, so I couldn't tell you exactly where you left off. But if you give me a second, I might be able to. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Again, Audience, y'all bear with us. We appreciate it. Give me a few ticks. I'm going to try to get the brother back on track.
I don't got no friends. I don't got no friends. You know what I mean? I got supporters, people on my side and people on the other side.
Okay, Heru, it started going real bad on the screen where it says determinatives do not settle ontology. You know what screen I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah. Let me go back to that. Okay. Right here. Okay, so yeah, I was just one screen by. Y'all
Did
can
you
hear
try
me
to
okay?
go through? Did you try to go through Chrome this time?
Yeah. It's just I don't know what's going on with StreamYard.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it be tripping, bro. Like I said, it had me messed up earlier, so we're gonna try to get through it. Apostle said, "Are you using a cable? Are you using a cable or not?" I don't. Maybe you mean like an Ethernet cable.
I got it hooked up to the Ethernet cable and everything. That's why I know it's got to be StreamYard, because that's just crazy. But I got my screen up. I don't know if hopefully this holds, and you know.
Yeah, I don't see your presentation yet.
Okay, let me do this. I gotta.
Shout out to our judges in the building. We're getting some technical difficulties we trying to push through. JJ got echoes. Heru got a bad connection, but we powering through this thing.
Okay.
All right. All right, you got 6:15 left on the clock. Yep, 6:15 left on the clock. Time starts when you start.
Okay. So yeah, I guess where I started chopping up was determinatives don't settle ontology. Whether that divinity is primordial or acquired, whether it's cosmic, local, royal, funerary, whether it's personification, whether it's a manifestation of another deity, whether it's a merged identity, or whether a human has been ritually elevated into the divine sphere. So the king being classified as divine does not prove that every divine entity was therefore originally a king. That's a logical error of reversing the category. A human ruler can enter divine classification without every member of that classification being a former human ruler. Lexical classification is not complete ontology. So determinatives actually does equal grammatical classifiers, but the same category doesn't equate to the same origin or ontological nature. So again, determinatives tell us how Egyptians organized meaning, but they do not tell us what the reality is. So for my next screen, let me see. So I do not deny divine kingship. Let's get that out the way, because that distinction matters. The king's identification with Heru expresses sacred kingship, legitimacy, ritual function, and participation in divine power. It does not prove Heru began as an ordinary human whose historical or biological biology was disguised as mythical. Calling a king the embodiment of Heru explains the king through Heru. It does not necessarily explain Heru as merely another human being. And so I took from the source that I came from was from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. This is actually the The Art of Ancient Egypt, a resource for actually educators. This is actually page 20. And I did take the liberty of getting some things highlighted here. The role of the gods. The Egyptians believed the universe and all the events that occurred within it were governed by the will of the gods. If the annual inundation of the Nile was too great or too scant, it was because the river was angry or because the king had become lax in maintaining order, not because weather patterns in Central Africa. The gods embodied not only all natural phenomena, but also abstract concepts such as justice, kingship, protection, and truth. So what this is pointing out in this page is that there's many different Neteru, and all of them didn't hold a position as a king or even a human being for that fact of the matter. So the Egyptians did not believe, however, that the gods were animals or human animal combinations. The animal-headed image of a deity was an attempt to visualize the multiple aspects of that god. The human part of that image indicates that no ordinary animal is depicted, and the animal head system, symbolizes the superhuman endowments of the god. So this is from the same source. This is now page 29 and 31, where we talk about order over chaos, the role of the king. The ancient Egyptians believed the king was endowed with divine power, so he could maintain universal order and justice, against forces of chaos and evil. To describe the king's divine, but by no means fully godlike nature. The Egyptians called the king the living embodiment of Horus and the son of Re, the sun god. Only in exceptional cases were the kings worshipped as fully as gods during their lifetimes. And at death, the king became one with Osiris, god of the underworld, a symbol of the afterlife, and on earth,
2 minutes
passed on to the next ruler. All right, so royal theology cannot explain all Neteru. Nearly every source my opponent has advertised circles around the same subject as the king as Neter-Nefer, the king as Horus, the king as the mediator of Ma'at, the king as divine ruler, or the king's place within political theology. That may establish an important point about kingship, but the resolution concerns the Neteru as well. The historical interpretation must explain more than the examples selected because they resemble rulers. Consider Ma'at. The Metropolitan Museum identifies Ma'at as the goddess who personifies equilibrium in the world, while another Met description calls her the personification of truth. Was Ma'at a historical queen who later became universal truth and cosmic equilibrium? Or where is her reign? Where is her tomb? Where's the evidence that a woman became the structure of cosmic order? Or does her human form allow Egyptian theology to give agency, identity, and cultic accessibility to a reality larger than an ordinary person? Or does her human form allow Egyptian theology to give agency, identity, and cultic accessibility to reality larger than an ordinary person? So my opponent must answer the same questions for Heka, Sia, Hu, Nun, Shu, Tefnut, Geb, and Nut. And I'm gonna land my plane right there. I think I'm down to
All right, you had 10 seconds left. We will reset it at 12 minutes. Matter of fact, Mandika just called me. Looked like his screen froze. Let me move your screen down, Heru. Yep, Mandinka's screen froze. Let me call him. It's a crazy night, boy. This is a crazy night.
Okay.
All right, family. Hold tight again.
It definitely
Bear
is,
with
man.
us. Bear with us. We pushing through this thing.
two worldviews, one stage, no excuses. A legend in the debate community, Mandika Mali. Standing apart from him, the pseudo hunter, Heru punches. When the lights come on, reputations are on the line, and only one man leaves with the momentum, the victory, and the gold. No running, no hiding, just arguments. Worldview Wars Debate League, where weak arguments go to die.
All right, we are looking for new debaters, in particular, female debaters. So if you know any female debaters who are looking to come into a debate league or just come on the channel and compete, send her our way and we will get her either into Worldview Wars Debate League for the competition proper, or we'll just get on Paradigm Shift TV 314. But either way, we'll get that thing popping. We waiting for Mandika Mali to get back in here. We pushing through these technical difficulties, family, but we're gonna make this thing happen by hook or crook. So as soon as he get back in, we'll get his 12-minute second round kicked off, and then we're gonna continue on to everybody's favorite part of the debate, the chin check session. I believe this is gonna be a classic one. And it looked like we got the mighty Mandika Mali back. I think he changed shirts on us too or something. Look out. He didn't want to put on a different shirt. You think he's slick. He was acting like his screen was froze so he could change shirts.
Let me get my screen. You know. What's going on? Let me know you can see my screen.
All right.
Let me know when you see my screen, man.
All right. Give me a second. Let me see. All right. Adding it to the screen. All right. Let me mute up. And the time will start
All right.
when you start talking.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, this guy, I don't know what debate he's in, but you know, I'm just gonna get to it. So, like I say, I'm going to the IRC 4 museum catalogs, ladies and gentlemen. This is the academic dossier 2026 of what Netanyahu kingship is. This is all about a kingship. This is about the title of the king. He is the netter. Just like Trump is the president. Can't break it down no more simpler than that. They have jobs. They have duties. The consensus of Egyptology at Urkenden, Der 18th Dynasty, Amenhotep III, they get the rings and kingship ideology. Let's keep going, man. Like I said, what is the Urk for the consensus method, right? This is the critical edition of royal inscriptions, the 18th Dynasty, which he hasn't yet to talk about. Every inscription copied in hieroglyphic with museum number, provenance, and line number. You see the little number right there, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we got. That's how you know you got the source. Egyptologists today use URC 4 plus museum number, not budge. Example, Tutmos III Annals, URC 4, 6115, 666 Karnak, pylon number 6. If it's not URC plus museum, It's not a citable source. Bush provides no accessions, no provenance, no line number. And here go the footnotes underneath, y'all. Let's keep going, man, because he ain't even dealing with the topic. You know what I'm saying? Then he talking about he went to the Met Museum. I'm going to the Met Museum, the British Museum, the Cairo Museum. This is the online catalog that now links directly to Earth for search. See? They list, like I say, accession number, material provenance, text, throne name, translation, etc. Let's keep going, because my time is limited. So we're going to skip past this, and we're going to get into the full tutelary rights, as always preceded by Neter Nefer. This is an object of statues, the stellations, and plaques. It's on temple walls. The throne name identifying the king as the Neter, preceded with Neter Nefer. This is a formula. Neter Nefer, Neb, Awi, Nemitri. Example, Luxor Museum, Amenhotep base. Neter Nefer, Tai Nabriti. That's a plaque at Met Museum. But let's keep going. See, y'all can see right here. This is what it means. The beneficent God, the Lord of the two Nans. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what this guy's talking about. So he don't even know nothing about kingship incarnation, because therefore the Neter is title of office. See that right there, y'all? Here go the sources right here. The Papyrus of Abbott. Look it up. The God, the king, sent to me. Therefore, the Neter is a title of office. When you become king, you become Neter. Like I said earlier, like president, the title of person. The office has jurisdiction, ma'at, Heru unconsciousness, justice, consciousness, offerings, building, commanding the army. This is nothing but another title for a president. It's a president. Trump is a president. Amenhotep is a Neter. He has a jurisdiction and duties to do. A principal cannot receive oxen, cannot judge cases. In Papyrus Abbott, cannot issue a decree. The Neter ordered the new king's letter, Pa Neter, the king. That was said by itself. Let's keep going, man. Tony, I don't know what you got in the ring with me for, but we're finna keep going. I'm finna go through the dynasty. Amos the first, right? The Neter number right there, y'all. This is his position as Neter, right? So my opponent says Neter is just a cosmic principle. Prove how a principle excels the Hyksos, wields coppers, receives oxen offerings, has plural Neteru ancestors incarnate in the king's list. If principle, if it's just a principle, then you show in the papyrus, Y1 papyrus, the role determinative. He cannot. It's an A40, it's a seated God. He gonna talk about that ain't important determinative. I mean, are you serious? That don't describe ontology. Are you serious? A40 seated with a beard. Shows museum number where Neter equal principle with Y1. You got to show me that, and you can't. None exists. Until then, Amhos is the Neter by title and coat. He's the first. So let's keep going to the next one. But this is some of the things he did, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, he reunited Egypt in the second intermediate period. But you know, some of the things that he did, ladies and gentlemen, an offering which the king gives to the Ka of the benevolent God, giving life. His pyramid at Abydos has offering formula as God. Man, you ain't ready for me. Let's go to Amenhotep the first. That was Amos. You supposed to be in the 18th dynasty. Now, this guy, the burden shift's going to be on you because the principle doesn't become oracle. This guy does. Look. Son of Amos completed Theban reunification, built Karnak 18 pylon foundation. Deified after death, becomes oracle of Deir El Medina for 400 years. The workers in the Villa Stele, look at it, they got a number right there, BME 47222, shows him seated God with an offering table. They go to Urk 429 and lines to 31. List of offerings, 1,000 bread and beer. His cult statue walked in procession, judging disputes, not honorific. His cult statue ran around judging disputes. This is what they got, the judicial God, ladies and gentlemen. So the principal doesn't become an oracle. He hears prayers for workmen. He had village cults 400 years after death and render verdicts. This is what a Neter do. He don't know the definition. The only way y'all even got him in the ring with me. So show text where abstract principles Neter with Y1 determinative judges. You can't. You just up here mumbling. The principle decided the donkey belongs to Moses. And look, you cannot show Urk 429 where the Neter receives 1,000 loaves. Does a principle eat? Museum number BME8. 722 determinative is an A40 God, not a Y1 abstract. Look, come on, man, stop playing with me, man. Look at this, Tutmosis first. Look at that. Principles doesn't campaign 600 kilometers into Nubia and wreck 25 obsoletes. obelisk weighing 143 tons. Huh? This is what this guy did. This is his position as Netter. The great is the soul of Re, the beneficent god, the great god, conquered Nubia in the third cataract, erected a pair of pink granite obsoletes and Karnak standing the annals. Look at the source, URK 14, 59, 68. Huh? His God received the purification as God incarnate. Why would they do that for just a principle? The ritual of Amenhotep. You know nothing about this, bro. You just up here. Look at this, y'all. Like I say, subject is Neter Nefer. Does principle strike? Does the principle strike anybody, y'all? Come on, man. Let's keep going. Take a second. We're going to the 18th dynasty, which you have yet to address or yet to even tear down this argument. Principle doesn't suppress revolts or leave Aswan inscription, Neter Nefer, burnt Kush. This show museum objects where Neter with Y1 determinative leads an army and takes captives. Show plural Neteru as. I want you to show plural Neterus as principle receiving offerings in the Earth 4, 138, and you can't. You will find A40 determinative, God every time. Told you I was going to beat you up. Look, let me go down to the bottom here, man. Let me show you something. See this right here? Neter Nefer, the throne name, legal title of office, like His Majesty King Charles III. When you say the Neter, the New Kingdom letters, you mean the king. The papyrus abbot kills you. The Neter ordered. Where the principal order anything, sir? You up here talking about, well, there was other Neters. You up here agreeing with me in your dang on round that you went. That's what you said. No, all of them ain't just humans. Some of them is animals. But bro, we talking about the ones that's living beings, persons on earth, kings doing duties. I told you didn't know what a Neter was. Look at this, y'all. In the New Kingdom letters, you mean the King Papyrus Abbot. The Neter ordered. That's the Papyrus Turin taxation. Filled up Neter. Responsibility, uphold Ma'at. Judge, build, receive offerings. Become Osiris after death. Principals cannot do that, sir. Therefore, the king is Neter by being the office holder. See, look at this, y'all. Here go the determinants right here. Here's right here. Let me blow it up for you. so you can see it. Right here. There it is. Determinant test. A40 is a seated god with beard. Y1 is a papyrus roll which equal abstract. Never attested for a king. 100% of the 18 dynasty king Neter examples equal A40 god. 0% equal 1 abstract. That's written in 2009. If opponent claims cosmic principle, I want to demand you to show Y1 determinative in Earth 4 in the royal Neter. He cannot, because consensus stands. King is Neter. Let's keep going. This is the butt whooping that you needed. And you're going to learn. Get up here with this nonsense. You all over the place. You agreeing with me and you ain't. Then you agreeing with me and you ain't. Let's keep going to the other kings of the 18th dynasty that he has not yet addressed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. Huh? Where we at? Name one king you done talked about in this whole demonstration. Let's go to the one that's deified on earth, y'all. Here go one right here. Look at this. Beneficent God, Lord of the two lands, the bull god, the greatest conqueror of annals of Earth 4, 615, 616, right? So the principle doesn't fight 17 campaigns at Megiddo or list 350 times with 1,920 cattle booty. That's exchange of war. Does a cosmic principle besiege 7 months?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Camp, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Show me a principle pitching camp with Y1 determinative. He gonna try to act like determinatives ain't important. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold up. Hey, stop my time real quick. Can you stop my time? Stop my time. Stop my time.
Time is stopped at 1 minute 41 seconds.
Yeah. He trying to act like determinatives ain't important, y'all. Okay, watch this. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, man, you ain't even on. Okay, let me be quiet while I'm pulling it up. All right. Okay. Let's go right here. You just up here making stuff up. Look at this, y'all. Let me know where I can go. Let me know where I can go. One of his claims.
Time starts.
Wasting the whole round. Let me blow it up a little bit. Okay.
Time starts.
Yeah. Look at this, y'all. He said determinants don't settle ontology. A source base debunk of legal grammar claim. Claim under review. Egyptian determinatives are ontological tags with legal standings. And he gonna try to throw that out the window to prove his goddamn pseudo case. Court mutilate, treasure feed, and chisel erase based on them. Irk 4. Remember I told you the sources I'm using allegedly prove a split between divine throne name and human birth name. Conclusion. False determinatives are unpronounced Semitic classifiers, flexible content dependent, and often metaphorical modern etology. What Gardner actually says and doesn't say. Gardner defines determinants as ending soundless sense signs whose primary function appears to determine the meaning of foregoing sound signs and to define the meaning in a general way. Now, if we can't do that, sir, how are we going to understand what the heck we talking about? You done got up here and lied again. Just like somebody else lying, I didn't caught you. Don't you ever get in the ring with me this nonsense, especially saying this. So like I say, ladies and gentlemen, this guy hasn't debunked my case. He hasn't proved that the netter is not a king, is not a position. I showed you the coronation. I showed you his duties. I showed you how he takes care of the statue. And what has Heru consciousness came up here with? Nothing but his lip. That's it. And we're supposed to believe him. And then his own source, Asman, is on my side. I showed that in the beginning. You have not a leg to stand on getting in the ring with me. And anybody, I want the judge to recognize that he did not tear down this case, proving that he was actually agreeing with me. Some of the stuff he was saying. That's what he was saying.
That is time. That is time. Heru Conscious. I am resetting the clock at 12 minutes for your second round. Powerful second round by the mighty Mandinka Molly. Let me know when you're ready to share your screen. If you see in the chat, I gifted
Y'all ready?
5 channel memberships. I just gifted 5 channel memberships. We do have our annual 3-night event coming up in September. Debate Mania 2 is fastly approaching. It will be a members only 3-night event. If you haven't signed up for the channel membership, please do. I will be gifting 10 memberships per month, especially when we are over 30 live viewers. I will be gifting 10 memberships a month, especially on live streams where we over 30 live viewers. Debate Mania will be a members only event, 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll give you the details on the exact dates, but Debate Mania 2 is fastly approaching. Last Argument Standing is next month. We got a great 2-night event we want y'all to stay tuned to. It won't be members only, but definitely tune in for that. Heru Conscious, are you ready, my brother? Time starts when you start talking.
Yes, sir, I am ready. So, as you see, I'm pretty sure the judges are not hard of hearing. They actually could read my sources and my slides very clear. I never said that determinatives were not important. I just said that they don't settle ontology, and you didn't even demonstrate that they settle ontology. So let me get back to where, let me stay on course here. Deification actually demonstrates category fluidity. My opponent thinks that deification of kings proves his entire case. It actually demonstrates that the king, that the divine category was capable of transformation and participation. A mortal king could embody Heru. A dead king could become united with Asar. A blessed dead person could enter the divine sphere. Temple ritual itself could direct offerings towards a deity, a king, or a blessed person, all made accessible through an image. The UCL's description of daily cult ritual distinguishes these receipts a shared ritual environment. Notice the nuance. A king, a deity, a king, and a blessed person can all receive divine ritual treatment without being identical in origin or nature. Their inclusion is in a related ritual or lexical category does not erase the distinctions between them. Therefore, when a king is called divine, we must ask how that status operates, not assume that it proves all deities were originally human. So I'm coming with another, I have another source here, actually two coming from the ancient Egyptian mortuary text. And also I have another PDF that was from the Metropolitan. So the development of funerary religion makes the literal identity model even more difficult. By the early New Kingdom, the Book of the Dead compositions appeared in non-royal burials. These texts developed from earlier funerary traditions and allow private individuals to pursue transformation, resurrection, and association with the gods. Research from the University of Chicago describes the Book of the Dead as promising to transform a person into immortal divinity in the afterlife. Its text could identify the deceased with Osiris, Ra, and other divine forms. The Book of the Dead, spell 69, can even have the deceased declare, "Oh, I am Osiris," demonstrating the ritual identification with the resurrected God. Does that mean that every deceased individual literally became the same historical man? Or does that demonstrate participatory identity? The deceased entering the condition, power, and regenerative pattern of Osiris. If thousands of individuals can become Osiris so and so, then divine identity can't be treated as a simple one-to-one biological identity. My opponent has posted a long list of authors, anywhere from John Osden, Molifi Asante, Mulana Karenga, Cheikh Ante Diop, Jacob Carruthers, Joseph Ben Jacqueline, Issa Hilliard, and others. But stacking names doesn't eliminate the need to establish the argument. First, summaries posted without exact page quotations and things like that must be verified. I mean, an Amazon listing proves that books exist, but it does not prove that a paraphrase accurately represents the author. Second, even when these scholars affirm divine kingship, that does not automatically establish that every netter was a literal historical person. Third, the most of the summaries presented concerned kingship, not the entire theological category. My opponent cannot cite 6 scholars discussing the king and pretend that he has explained Mayat, Heka, Shu, Nut, Nun, Amen, Ra in 6 different times. That's repetition, not cumulative proof. So my position does not require me to deny that the Neteru were real to the Egyptian. It requires me to show that the affirmative's reduction is unsupported and completely misunderstood. The evidence shows a theological system containing divine kingship, cosmic powers, personified concepts, natural realities, deified humans, funerary transformation, participatory identity, manifestations, and composite Neteru. My opponent's model primarily explains why kings were placed into the divine category. It does not prove that the entire divine category consisted of literal historical human beings. So I leave the judges with one question. Can the affirmative consistently explain Mayat as cosmic order, Shu as air, Nut as the sky, Heka as divine efficacy, the dead as Osiris, and Amen Ra as a composite manifestation using the same literal human model he applies to the king? So what you did tonight, JJ, you proved the king, not the Neteru. My opponent spent an enormous amount of time proving something that I never denied. The Egyptian king was divine, and that's fine. The king embodied Heru. The king maintained Mayat. The king could be called Neter Nefer. The king acquired a sacred royal identity through coronation. None of that proves the resolution. The resolution was the 18th dynasty king divine. It asks whether the Neter and Neteru were literal beings. If your entire model depends on upon royal coordination, royal tutelary, tutelary, royal deification, then your model explains the king. Now explain everyone else. Explain the rest of the Neteru, and that you have not done. So I don't know where you get off thinking that you whooped anything. I don't care how many sources you prove, JJ. What you did is you completely ignored the countless other Neteru that cannot be attributed to human beings. For instance, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to hold you down to this. Since when? Since when is Happy a man? Last time I checked, Happy is a Neteru of the Nile River. Same thing with Shu. Shu is the air. Tefnut is moisture. Then we're going to talk about the fusions of all these different Neteru fusing together, and you're gonna have to explain that. How could human beings do such a thing? So his own argument creates a category distinction. My opponent says that the human heir becomes Neter through coordination. Think about that. Before coordination, this individual is already a human. After coordination, according to his own presentation, he enters a divine office and becomes Heru. So whatever Neter means in that context, it simply cannot mean a literal human being. He was already human. My opponent has actually demonstrated a transition, human identity, ritual transformation, divine royal identity. That proves category transformation. It does not prove that the divine category itself originated as a collection of humans. And the Metropolitan Museum explicitly says Egyptian kings possessed divine, but by no means fully godlike nature, and that only exceptionally were living kings fully worshipped as gods. So even royal divinity was nuanced. And I also have a source here, another source from the Met again. These are all different sources, so I encourage y'all to actually take a look at these PDFs. I did leave them in here, and I'm willing to email these out to anyone that wants to actually look at the actual books. But the 18th dynasty archaeology, the king and the gods are still distinct. Now let's leave modern summaries and look at the material evidence from the actual 18th dynasty. The British Museum preserves a temple relief in which Amenhotep II makes an offering to Amen-Ra, who sits separately on the throne. That is the 18th dynasty king. 18th dynasty king physically depicted communicating with a deity distinct from himself. Similarly, the Met describes the late 18th dynasty statue group in which Amen protects Tutankhamen. Amen and the king appear as related divine and royal figures, but not one undifferentiated biological entity. So the archaeology gives us a more complex structure. The king can embody Heru, the king can possess divine authority, and yet the king can still stand before Amen-Ra as a separate recipient of divine protection. That is exactly why ritual identity cannot be reduced to a simple biological identity. Next, here's another 18th dynasty artifact. The British Museum has a statue of Tutankhamen that may portray him in the guise of Happy, the Nile inundation deity. The museum explicitly says that the pharaoh may be shown in the guise of Happy, who embodies the Nile flood. Now ask yourself, did Tutankhamen literally become the Nile? Was his human body now several thousand kilometers of flowing water? Of course not. The image communicates divine function, royal power, and theological identity. That alone destroys the assumption identification equals biological identity. Egyptian theology could participate in another divine identity without collapsing them into ordinary historical personhood. So the composite deities are also fatal to this simple person model. As I just mentioned when I talked about Ra Harakti, Amen combined with Ra Harakti, Ra Harakti, Atum, and Osiris. This blows us out. You have to be able to explain how literal men were used they're expressing different functions, whether it's cosmic order, whether it's things dealing with nature itself or natural phenomena. This is exactly what this is actually explaining. So the Met, gods embody natural phenomena and abstract concepts. The metropolitan, all natural phenomena, but also abstract concepts such as justice, kingship, protection, and truth. That line is devastated to an oversimplified literal person model. The divine category includes natural phenomena and abstract concepts. The Met further explains that the Egyptian presented multiple powers of deities in many forms because no single image could fully represent a god's powers. And it states that explicitly that Egyptians did not believe the gods were literally the animal or human animal forms shown in art.
That is time. Finish your thought, brother.
Okay, so those images visualized divine aspects and superhuman powers. So the representation does not equal literal physical description. Again, the image is not ontology. The title is not ontology. The ritual identification is not biological identity.
All right. I'm gonna remove Heru's presentation. Powerful rounds for each brother. Powerful 2 rounds for each brother. And now y'all know what time it is, man. This is the chin check session. Hey, my man, Mr. Cab, Steve been saying this for the last few days to the point where I thought he came up with it. He had to remind me I came up with it. But debates are won and lost in the chin check session. This is our version of the Q&A where each of these brothers will be able to ask their opponent as many questions as they can in a 12-minute time period. Now, it is up to the individual asking the questions to mind their time. This is mano y mano. You can't ask the moderator for help. I will step in if it starts to get stagnant or if they start to go back and forth a bit too much. If it gets a little bit crazy and disrespectful, I will step in and say, ask the question, answer the question. But it is the person asking the question's job to mind their time. Each individual has 3 timeouts. If their opponent tries to stall, tries to keep going back and forth, they can stop their time up to 3 times. The time will start when Heru Coscious start asking questions because JJ, Mandika Mali, was the affirmative. He went first during the round section. So he opened first. There go the echo, JJ. Mute your mic, bro. God, dog. JJ went first because he was the affirmative. So he opened first and he went first in each round. So now we flipping it. Heru is going to ask his questions first in the chin check. JJ will go second, and then Heru will close first. JJ will close last. JJ, with your audio, this is going to be crazy, but we're going to let y'all rock. I'm sure we're going to hear Heru echoing all throughout this thing. Y'all, we tried to fix it, but JJ ain't trying to hear us. Listen, Heru, time is going to start when you ask your first question. JJ, unmute your mic.
I'm gonna mute my mic when he asks.
All right, let's get this cracking, man. Okay, so JJ, before coordination, was Tutmosis III already a human being?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, he asked me, was Tutmosis I already a human being? Yes, he was a human being because the king
Tutmosis III.
Is he in the 18th dynasty?
Okay, so now,
You're talking about
okay, so
anybody-
according to your presentation, hold on, according to your presentation, through coordination, the human king becomes horrid.
Okay.
I can't hear
So yes.
I can't hear
Can you
none of
turn
your
my camera off?
answers,
Maybe you can hear
JJ.
me.
answers, JJ.
Okay. Can you hear me
According
now?
to your presentation, through coordination, yes, according to your through coordination, the king becomes Heru and receives the status Neter Nefer, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so then what changed that coordination? His biological nature
All
or his
right, all right,
theological
hold on,
and
y'all. Hold on. I stopped the time. JJ, I'm gonna ask you again. Do you have YouTube open?
Hey, brother, look, I will call in to answer these questions. Look, I will call in.
No, bro. Just
No.
do you
I will
have
call
any
in,
other
but
screens open, bro?
Bro, here, nothing is open. I'm not the one that fell off 4 times. He did.
Bro, this been doing this from the beginning. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. I've been asking you this since the beginning of the show.
But you making it okay. But you making it like it's my fault that it's a technical problem. So I will call in.
Bro,
to make
I'm talking to you
What
about
else
the
can I
echo.
do?
You ain't got to bring up nobody.
I'm finna close out everything so I can answer these questions. Everything. Everything's closed out. Now, is that better? Is that better?
Let's try it again.
Okay, I could hear you. I just want to make sure you can hear me.
He can start his whole time over. I don't even care. Start the whole 12 minutes over.
Okay, so first question, JJ. Before coordination, was Tutmos III already a human being?
Okay. So this question is, was Tutmos a human being? Yes, all kings were human beings, even during the coronation. Just like
That's fine.
President Trump.
We're not going to run down my time, but hold
Okay,
on.
well then ask the
So,
question. Go on.
okay, according to your presentation, through coordination, the king becomes Heru and receives the status Nefer, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then what changed that coordination? His biological nature or his theological and royal status?
Okay. His biological nature didn't change because he's still a human being. His status changed according to their doctrine, according to their belief that yes, now he is the great God, the Nefer.
Okay, thank you. So then we can concur that your evidence establishes theological transformation into divine kingship, not that Netter simply denotes an ordinary, literal human individual. Here's another question for you. Does proving that a human king can enter the category Netter logically prove that every member of the category Netter and Netteru originated as human?
This I never said that every category of Netter was a human. You're making up an argument I never said. I'm focusing on the literal king as being a being and holding a letter position just like a president, a Trump would hold. The king's divinity was a political fact. The state investment to investigate tomb robberies as sacrilege against the Nefer. You know what the source is?
Okay, so let me ask you this, JJ. Do you accept the Metropolitan Museum of Arts, Department of Egyptian Arts as a credible Egyptological source? I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Do
of
you
course,
do you
when
do you
I
accept do you accept the Metropolitan Museum of Art's
okay. Why
Department
wouldn't I
of
accept it, man?
Egyptian art as a credible source? Okay, okay, good.
Okay, well, no.
Because
Let me get into
the
it.
Met hold on,
You asked me a
it's a
question.
simple yes or no. Do you trust? Do you accept it?
Every source that I brought was from the museum. Yes, I do. I named 10 museums in this debate. Yes, I accept it. Do you?
Okay, so then let's do this. Listen, the Met describes the king as having a divine, but by no means fully godlike nature. It says living kings were fully worshipped as gods only in exceptional cases. Do you accept that distinction? I can't hear JJ again.
Some time back. Two of the kings
I can't
was
hear
deified
JJ.
in life. Two of the kings in the 18th dynasty were deified in life. Amenhotep III and Tutmos II. These two kings were actually deified before they died.
No, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you.
That's exactly
That's
what
not the
you
question I asked you.
asked me.
JJ,
Okay,
stop.
then answer it again then.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you. I said the Met. I said the Met. The Met describes a king as having a divine, but by no means fully godlike nature. And it says living kings were fully worshipped as gods only in exceptional cases. Do you accept that distinction? Yes or no?
Okay, I'm gonna say it to you one more time. Two of the kings in the 18th dynasty were deified while they were living.
Okay, we're gonna move
The
on.
rest
He's
of the
not
Meter-
answering a simple
Hey,
yes or
listen,
no question.
all right, well, go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
It's a simple yes or no question, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not simple.
Yes, yes, it is. All I asked you is, do you accept the distinction? Yes or no?
Say it again. Ask the question again.
Oh my gosh, JJ. Slow down, bro, and listen. The Met describes the king as having a divine, but by no means fully godlike nature. And it says that living kings were fully worshipped as gods only in exceptional cases. Do you accept that distinction?
Okay. Here's the distinction.
Yes or
I'm gonna
no?
break down the distinction. No, I'm gonna break
Yes
down
or
the
no?
distinction. I'm not
Yes
finna
or
say
no?
yes or no. I'm not
Okay,
finna
we're
say-
moving on.
I told you 4
This
times.
is
Go
where
to the next
this is where I'm about to
question.
check you
Go
at.
to your next
Okay,
question.
was
You go to the next
Mayada
question.
Netzer?
I told you
Was
4
Mayada
times.
Netzer?
It was Mayada Netzer. Was Mayada Netzer? What that got to do with the 18th
Was she a
dynasty?
Netzer?
Don't have
Was
nothing to do with the
Mayat
18th
a
dynasty.
Netzer?
Yeah, according to them, she was a netter. Now what? Now
Okay, so what 18th dynasty archaeological evidence establishes Mayat as a historical woman rather than a divine personification of cosmic order?
Okay, well, guess what? Nobody's talking about Ma'at. We're talking about the kings being
Mayat is we are talking about
Mayat.
Mayat. We are talking about Mayat because Mayat is a Neteru. She's part of the Neteru.
So what?
So now we're going to keep
All
going.
right,
We're going to keep going.
Yeah, keep
Is
going.
Shu a Netzer?
Yep.
Okay. So is Shu associated with air and separation of the earth and sky?
Yeah.
Okay, so was Shu originally a human man who became
No.
atmospheric air?
No.
Okay, so you say no. So then you can see that the Neteru are not literal beings. And the Neteru are not all the Neteru are literal beings. You just spent your whole entire case trying to build that, and I'm about to destruct it.
Are you going to ask
So
the
now
question?
here we go. Let me ask this question: Is Heka both divine? Is Heka both divine and the concept or power of the Egyptian called Hek? Is Heka both divine and the concept or power Egyptians called Heka?
Heka is divine.
So you agree that it's both divine and the concept of power?
Heka is divine.
Okay, so under your definition, is Heka a historical person or a divine power personified or both? And what evidence distinguishes those categories?
Ladies and gentlemen, in this debate, we never talked about Heka. My debate
We're
is
talking about the Neteru.
as Neter and a position.
The Neteru are part of the title, sir.
I'm sure. So are you? Well, so what?
Okay,
you
next question. Next question. We're gonna get on the Ra.
Yeah.
Is Amen a Netzer?
Amen is a Neter.
Is Ra Netzer?
Yeah.
Okay, is Amen Ra also recognized as a divine entity?
Yeah, they're beings. Yep.
Okay, so if Amen and Ra are two discrete literal beings under your model, what exactly is Amen Ra?
A being.
A being. Come on, bro. Break it down for us.
Amen Ra is the being that they believed in as their Neter God. Now, when you become a king,
There were two beings. We're dealing with the fusion. We're dealing with the fusion. We're dealing with the fusion here. Amen Ra, bro. So if Amen and Ra were two discrete literal beings under your model, what exactly is Amen Ra? If they're literal beings, how could two literal beings be together?
Are you going to let me answer?
We're not talking about. We're talking about Amen Ra.
I'm going to teach you.
Okay, let's move on. Ra Hora
Judges note this.
Atum. Like, watch this. Now apply that same model to Ra Hor Akti Atum. How many literal beings is that?
Okay.
1, 2, or 3?
All right. So, a king will take on two.
How many literal beings is that? 1, 2, or 3?
How am I supposed to answer and you keep
You're not answering my question. You're talking about a king. I'm talking about applying the same model. I'm applying the same model. We're applying the same model to Ra, Hor, Akti, Atum. How many literal beings is that? Is that 1, 2, or 3, JJ?
Okay. According to them, these kings were beings, right? These kings were human being neters. According to them, their God is beings. But we're sticking to right here on earth, where I'm showing you a king
JJ,
is
you're
a
trying
neter.
to.
No, this is my argument, sir.
Hey, we're not doing
This is my
that.
argument.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, we
No,
are.
but it's my time to ask the question.
Yeah, we are. This ain't your argument.
And that is
I don't care what you think.
Your turn. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Is time. All right, time will reset at 12 minutes. Time will start when Mandika Mali asks his first question. As you know, the chin check session can get hot and heavy. And this was probably one of the craziest because of that damn echo. But they powered through it. It was hard to listen to, but we got through it. Listen, Mandinka Mali is about to chin check Heru Conscious. Heru Conscious just checked his chin. Time to start when Mandinka Mali start asking questions.
Okay. Is there any? Can you prove in this debate that you proved that the king was not a literal neter on earth?
That wasn't my position to do. As the negative, what I showed was that the king is absolutely divine. We did not disagree there. But what we disagree is that you're saying that Neter and Neteru were literal beings. You said humans, and you did nothing but avoid that. So
stop. All right, stop. So once again, my premise when I came on here, I said that the neter was a position. Did I not say that? Yes or no?
Sure, you did. You just didn't cover the nuance.
Okay,
that's
stop.
what I told you.
That's it.
You didn't cover the nuance.
Thank you. So, is there anywhere in the text that you can show that a neter is represented by an abstract determinative with the papers? Can you show us that?
What do you mean? I actually showed you. I showed you that my argument was determinatives does not establish ontology. So that I don't know why you keep conflating.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, was there a king in the 18th dynasty that was deified on earth and worshipped on earth as a netter? Yes or no?
Only in special occasions.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it wasn't all the time worship.
Special occasions with a debate over with. All right, so hold on. When you say
okay,
be quiet.
No, because we just read that from the Metropolitan.
Time out.
We just read that from the Metropolitan.
Stop the clock, DMG. Stop it. Stop the clock.
So now you agree with the Metropolitan. Now you don't agree.
Stop the clock, bro. I wasted 5 seconds. So, like, once again.
Contradictions yourself.
So, DMG, stop the clock. So, because you're not answering, I'm going to ask you one more time, sir. Name two deities. Name two kings in the 18th dynasty.
Hold on, JJ. When you stop the clock, you trying to get clarity, or what you stopping the clock for?
Because he kept talking when I told him to be quiet. So I want to get him back on focus and not burning my time.
Okay, so you're trying to
be quiet. Shut your mouth.
Not burning your time.
Now,
so that's Mandika Mali first.
Respect,
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That's Mandika Mali first time out. Time starts when he asks his next question.
All right. So, were there two kings in the 18th dynasty, Amenhotep III and Tutmosis II? Were they deified and worship on earth as netter in this 18th dynasty that we're talking about? Yes or no? It's a simple yes or no.
They were in exceptional cases they were worshipped.
Yes or no, sir?
I just answered you. In exceptional cases, not at all times, bro.
Yes or no? That's all you got to do.
I just answered you.
Yes or no? I didn't hear you. What is it?
It's not a yes or no question.
Yes or no?
We just looked at the source from the
Metropolitan. All right. You want to burn my time? That's okay.
You agree.
It's okay. So the exceptional times, were they looked at as netterers on earth? Yes or no?
Exceptional times, yes.
So
not at all
were
times.
Were they literal? Okay, that's cool. Okay, so was this king a human being? Was he a being? Yes or no?
The king is a human being. The king is a human being.
Okay, now he was a human being, right? Okay, stop there. Did he literally live on earth? Yes or no?
Of course.
Yes
Where
or
else
no?
you gonna live, JJ?
Okay, so that's cool. Now, was he a deified king on earth? This being? Yes or no?
Wait, say that
yes
again.
Or no?
Was he a deified king or what?
Was he deified on earth? Yes or no? Amenhotep III in the 18th dynasty.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was deified on earth.
Was he a netter? Was he a little being?
What?
Was he a literal person? A being?
Yes, he's a person, bro. Of course, he's a person.
Okay, there you go. You conceded. Okay, all right. So he was a netter, right?
Yes, that's only covering one part of this, bro.
There you go.
I don't know why you're avoiding the rest. I'm not going to shush.
What is? Be quiet.
You're avoiding the rest.
He having a nervous breakdown.
No, listen, you're having a nervous breakdown.
What was the purpose? Be quiet. What was the purpose of the coronation? What was the purpose of the coronation?
To make the king.
What?
To make the king divine.
Divine what? As what? Was he divine before that?
No, and that's why I asked you.
Was he divine? No.
All
right, stop. That's all I need from you. That's all I need from you. Can you show me in any pyramid text where they say that the king was just the netter was just a principal and not the king? What text?
JJ, the pyramid texts are the old kingdom. It has nothing to do with the 18th dynasty.
Okay, so all right, so their worship doesn't have nothing to do. The 18th dynasty didn't mimic the other dynasties. At the
18th
Nectar, as the
dynasty,
king being the
the
Nectar?
eighth- we're
Is that
not
what you're
we're not
saying? Is that what
discussing
you're saying?
we're not discussing the old
No.
kingdom.
Okay.
We're not discussing
Then
the
you don't tell
old
me what we're
kingdom.
discussing. Answer this question. Leave it
No,
alone.
we're dealing with the
Okay.
resolution.
Okay, new
We're
kingdom.
dealing with the
Okay,
18th
so
dynasty.
listen,
Why are
so
you going
listen.
way back to the old
Listen.
kingdom?
All right, let's go to the Pampers of Abbott. Okay, so why did they cut off noses and noses and ears in the 18th dynasty if he disrespected the Netter? Huh? Why? If
He
it's
was
just a
the
principle.
king.
Huh?
He was the king.
Oh, was he the Netter? Was he the
Whether
Netter?
was the
Yes or
Netter
no?
or king, it didn't matter. You
Oh, there you
disrespect
go.
the
This
king,
debate
you're
over,
not gonna-
judges.
you're
All right,
not gonna-
stop. It's okay.
You're not
Be
going to
quiet.
do anything. But you're still
Be
not.
quiet.
You're
Nope,
still
that's
not
enough.
dealing
He's
with the
not-
whole
Hey,
resolution.
shh, be quiet.
So,
He's
judges,
not
I
being
hope y'all
quiet.
watching this because he's not
Be
dealing
quiet,
with
bro.
the Netter at all.
Bro, be quiet. So you gonna burn my time? You looking bad in front of the
You
judge.
did the same thing you did.
So a determinative. Listen, bro. Shut it up, please. Zip your lip. I didn't.
You shut
a
it up.
determinative
You gonna
is
talk to me
always
with some
a
respect.
seated God.
Talk to me with some respect.
You don't get none. A determinative is always
But
a
then,
seated God,
look, you,
right?
listen, you
Because-
gonna talk to me with some
listen.
respect.
Listen, you're gonna talk to me with some
So
respect.
no, you finna break down. A determinative is
No,
what?
I'm not.
A seated God, because he is concrete. Show me where a Netter is an abstract with the proper symbol. Can you do me that? What dictionary?
Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what Netter is actually an abstract. I already gave you an example. I already gave you an
Where?
example.
Where?
Where I
I'm talking about the king. I said the king.
about shoe. Where I
said the
talked
king.
about where I talked about
I
Mayat.
said the king,
Where I
sir.
talked about Tefnut.
Where I talked about.
Okay,
No,
time
but
out,
these are
DMG.
Netter rule.
Time out.
These are
Time out,
Netter
DMG.
rule.
Time out. All right, we're not gonna do this because you're getting slaughtered. All right, so we got to slow him down. He don't have no respect for the club. It's not your
You
turn, bro.
just
Be
running
quiet.
from the Netter rule, bro.
Be quiet. I got more questions for you, sir.
No, man, listen,
Okay.
we're not gonna stop no time. Man,
So
just so you can
where,
talk shit, man.
bro? Be quiet.
All right, listen.
Come on, bro.
It's 5 minutes left on the clock. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. I need Mandika to ask his questions. I need Heru to answer the questions. Time starts when
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, can you name me one 18th king dynasty? Excuse me, one 18th dynasty king that wasn't a Netter?
JJ, that
Can you
that
name
is an
me
obsolete
one
question.
18th king
That's
dynasty?
an obsolete question.
Answer yes or no.
I told you that.
What do you mean
I told you
obsolete?
that several times
Was
during
it
my
Netter,
debate
yes or no?
round that me and you did not disagree on the king. Where we disagree on
Wait,
is
you
that
don't read one.
you are
Okay,
not
that's good
using,
enough. That's good
you're
enough.
not looking
That's
at
good
the
enough.
nuance,
That's
and
good
you're
enough.
not looking
That's
at the
good
Netter rule
enough.
at all.
That's good enough. Hey, DMG, hey judges, make sure y'all note that when I say good enough, he's not doing it. Okay?
Well,
So I'm not
he
gonna
did
yell
the
and
same
scream over this
thing.
guy. Be quiet. Now here's the next question. So, can you give me? Let me get my question right here. Here it is, right here. Hold on. All right. Why do Temple Day books list Hep Nepper God's offering to the Netter Nefer daily, the opening of the mouth? Why is that?
What exactly are you asking?
Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Why do you know anything about the Irk 4? Do you know anything about that? The museum citations that I listed? Do you know anything about that?
I
Yes or no?
do. I absolutely do.
I absolutely do.
Okay. All right. So, what does Baal say coronation? Why does Baal say coronation unites human heir with royal car? That results is the Netter Nefer if you say that the king is not the Netter. Why? You want me to ask you again? I ask you again. There is a coronation with the United. There is a coronation. No, I got you. I'm gonna rephrase it.
Well, you're not gonna let me answer the question.
I'm gonna restate it for the audience. There is a coronation that unites human heir with royal heir that results in the Netter Nefer. The results is the Netter Nefer. Can you show me a text where this is just an abstract concept? It's not literal. It's not a being. Can you do that?
Well, first of all, no one made that argument, but here, this is
Okay,
what
thank
you're
you.
doing.
Let's go.
This
You
this
never
actually
made
just
it. Okay,
establishes
let's go.
theological
You never
transformation
made it. I'm
into
going to the
divine
next one.
kingship.
All right,
That's it.
Judges, I'm trying to go to the next one.
He's not letting me answer
trying to go to the
anything,
next
but
one.
okay.
I'm not okay. So can you tell me where John Osmond said, your source that you said you brought up, that the king is not netter or even become netter? Can you show me that? Just quote it right now.
Never made that claim. I sold my quote from John
Okay,
Osmond.
thank you.
Never made
All right,
that claim.
thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. What is your definition of a netter?
What is my definition of a netter? It's basically the Egyptian term, conventionally to translate into a deity or divine being. I don't dispute that. What I dispute is your assumption that the lexical category
Okay, thank you. That's good enough.
establishes a
That's good
single
enough.
ontology for every netter.
That's good enough.
And
That's
that's
okay.
what you
Thank
still
you.
have to
Thank
prove.
you.
You
Thank
have
you, sir. Thank you. All right. So, that's wrong definition. That's wrong answer. I want to know. Do you know what the job of a netter is? What is it?
I already pointed out the job of the netter. You should have seen that in my
Say it
first
again.
and
It's a
second
question
round.
and answer. Do it again.
Well, the king,
Do it again.
the king actually. Who are you yelling at?
Do it again.
So again,
time out. He's trying to burn my time. Stop the clock. And this is my last time out.
he's
Stop the clock.
he's not letting me answer the question.
Stop the clock.
All right, this is Mandika Molly. Last time out. Mandika, listen. Stop trying to get the man frustrated by being unnecessarily antagonistic, bro. Ask your question and let him answer the question. Time starts when you ask your next question. Hey, Ruben, when he say move on, you got to move on, bro. It's his time.
There you go. There you go. So me telling him to be quiet is not antagonizing. He needs to be quiet when I tell him to be quiet, like I did. Now the next question, sir. Show me on what scholar you got that says that the king wasn't netter. Any of these scholars that you brought up, quote him right now.
That's a straw man. I never argued against that.
Okay, that's okay. All right, you want to answer? That's great. Cool.
And I said that at the beginning of the
did
debate.
You prove?
I said you was
Okay,
straw man.
it's cool. Did you prove? I know, whatever. Did you prove in this debate that the king is not netter?
I proved that there were netteru, and they are not literal beings.
Did you prove in this debate? Did you prove in this debate that the king is not a literal being and a netter? Yes or no?
Again, I proved the netteru are not literal beings.
Yes or no, sir?
The argument was
I
never
didn't
about
ask
the
you that.
king.
What source did you use?
The argument was never about the king.
Yes, it is. Is
No,
the
it
king a
wasn't.
literal being? Yes or no?
I never argued against the king.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, he's not.
I never made an argument
So he's not a
against that
netter.
point.
So he's not the. He's.
I never made
Is the
an
netter a
argument
position?
Who said
Yes or
that?
no? You talking about antagonizing
said that?
this guy?
That is time. That is time. Hey, debates are won and lost in the chin check. Listen, time is about to be reset at 3 minutes for the closeout. Family, we're going to put a poll in the chat. We want to know who y'all think took this great debate. Despite the technical difficulties, we powered through it. We appreciate y'all for staying in this thing with us. Heru Coscious is going to be the first to close this thing out. Do you need to share your screen, brother?
No.
All right, time starts when you start talking.
All right, family, judges, audience, and my opponent. After everything presented tonight, I want to bring this debate back to the actual resolution. Did the people of the 18th dynasty believe the netter/netteru were literal beings? Throughout this debate, my opponent has demonstrated something that I never disputed. The king was divine. The king could be called netter nefer. The king embodied Heru. the king maintained Ma'at. The king participated in divine kingship. And through coronation, ritual, royal office, a human ruler could acquire a divinity, a divine identity. I grant all of that. But here's the problem. Proving the king does not prove the Neteru. My opponent needed to demonstrate that the entire category of Neteru represented the kind of literal beings he claims it did. Instead, most of his argument revolved around one specialized institution, Egyptian kingship. And ironically, his own evidence demonstrated the complexity that I've been arguing for. If a human prince already exists as a human before coronation, then through coronation becomes Heru, receives divine titles, assumes the office Neter Nefer, what changed? He didn't suddenly become human. He was already human. What changed was his ritual, political, and theological identity. That distinction matters. And the Metropolitan Museum tells us that the king possessed a divine, but by no means fully godlike nature. It further tells us that the full worship of living kings as gods occurred only in exceptional circumstances. So even royal divinity itself had nuance. Check this out. Leave the palace for a second. What about Ma'at? The Met tells us the Egyptian goddess embodied not only natural phenomena, but abstract concepts, including justice, kingship, protection, and truth. So was Ma'at a historical woman who somehow became cosmic order? Was Shu a historical man who became air? Was Heka simply a man who became divine efficacy? Was Nut a woman who suddenly became the sky? Was Nun a person who became primordial waters? And if Amun and Ra were two separate literal individuals, what exactly happens when Egyptian theology gives us Amun Ra? Did two bodies merge, or are we dealing with more sophisticated manifestation, personification, syncretism, participation in divine identity? That's what my opponent model never adequately explained. And remember, I never argued that the Neteru were imaginary. They were real within the Egyptian religious worldview. They were worshipped. They received offerings. They inhabited temples. They possessed agency. They interacted with kings and humanity. But reality does not automatically mean historical human person.
That is time, my brother. Finish your thought.
Personification. Yeah, I was just going to say personification does not automatically become biography. Thank y'all, man, for coming out tonight.
All right. Time is reset. Shout out to the pseudo hunter himself, the charismatic Heru Conscious. I'll let Heru go over about 8 seconds. I'm going to give Mandinka Molly the same privilege. Matter of fact, I'm just going to put it up right now. I'll make it 10 seconds. So, did Mandinka freeze? Hold up. What's up, bro? Yeah, Mandinka's screen froze. He just called me and let me know. So we're going to wait for him to get back. And I want to let y'all know that the results show will be this Thursday. We're going to let the judges do what they do, watch this thing 2 or 3 times if they have to. They probably will because of that damn echo and the technical errors with my brother Heru connection. JJ don't want to admit that he probably watching the debate on another screen and didn't know how to mute it. We had all kinds of stuff going on, but we got through it, y'all. These brothers been wanting to have this debate for a long time. We appreciate y'all staying in the trenches with us. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Light Brown in the building. Y'all make sure y'all here to check her out every Wednesday. Step into the light with Light Brown. Shout out and congratulations to my brother Nathaniel Hughes winning his Worldview Wars Debate League debut against my brother Easy Band. Shout out to my man Gideon Israel in the building. He got a debate against Lucifer the Devil. The winner of that debate will be the new Worldview Wars Debate League World Champion. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to my man Super Wavy in the building. Appreciate that, brother. Shout out to King Naga in the building. Been a minute, my G. Appreciate you. Shout out to the undeniable superstar, Mr. Perfect himself, Silky D in the building. Who else we got? Did Apostle stick with us the whole time? Shout out to the elder wherever he at. Shout out to my man Vincent Mueller and everybody else in the chat. Salute, salute, salute. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. I'm giving away 10 memberships each month leading up to September. I gave away 5 tonight. I'm gonna be giving away 5 more when we do the results show. We want to get them channel memberships up. Debate Mania #2 is coming up in September. It's going to be another epic 3-night event, and it will be members only. So we want to get them memberships up. If you haven't signed up for the channel membership, it's hella cheap. Sign up. Make sure you're here for Debate Mania #2. Make sure you're here next month for the last argument standing, because it will have repercussions for Debate Mania. We got the champ back in the building. And I gotta apologize, Mandinka, because I didn't do this at the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna do it.
Hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. And whatever you did, it seemed like the echo gone finally. I wish you would have did it like an hour ago.
Okay, there you go. I hear you now. Can you hear me, DMG?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. Did you hear what I said? Whatever you did, the echo gone. I wish you would have did it an hour ago.
Okay, let me go and close it out.
But look, I should have did this at the beginning. I should have did this at the beginning, but I'm going to do it now. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Before you close out, let me hit this button.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Close us out. Time starts when you start talking.
Yeah, man. We're gonna close this out, man. Championship status. You know. King. Is my screen sharing? Okay, yeah, don't even worry about my screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all can see, guy was agreeing with me in the debate.
Hold up, I stopped your time. You want to? I stopped your time.
The museum with. No. It's cool.
I stopped.
I'm just gonna run them out.
I stopped your time. If you want to share your screen, we can share your screen. Let me reset you. Hold up.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay.
You sure?
That's okay, DMG. That's okay, because yeah, I done beat him up pretty bad,
Ah, man. All right, go ahead. Time starts, man. Time starts.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, get it started. All right, man. Yeah, man, this guy that came to the debate, agreeing with me, talking about, well, some of the netherers is kings on earth and they divine, but what about the other ones? As long as I prove that one netterer is a literal being, the debate's over. You trying to get me to prove, you didn't just prove that there weren't real entities up there. You didn't do that in this debate. But we ain't even dealing with that. We dealing with what's on earth. And the king's coronation by becoming netter. I showed you that in this debate. Not my fault that you didn't take heed. I showed this man this. Uh-oh. The clock stopped again, DMG. It's frozen. Damn. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I showed him this. So I don't know why he thought it was my responsibility to show how these were actual, what they believed in the afterlife as a transcendent being or ancestor. I got to prove that that's literally here when I'm right here on earth showing the court documents, showing that you can get your ear and your nose cut off for disrespecting a Netterer king on earth. I showed you where they was paying grain and stuff to these kings that passed away. You don't pay money and tribute to something that's a principle. This guy came to this debate unprepared, lack of sources, and he didn't even know the argument. He said that we're not debating what the netter is. Yes, we are. I told y'all all out through this debate what the netter is. It's a position that a king holds, and he has several duties, and then I showed you the coronation of him becoming netter. My case was proven. The affirmative proved this case, of this resolution. What did he do? Besides come up here and talk about another debate that he probably should have been somewhere else because you wasn't in this one. You wasn't in this one, sir. As you see how he failed in the chin check session, he couldn't even contain himself when I told him, chill out. I didn't do that to you. You didn't show us anything, bro. I ain't even got to sit up here and gloat or nothing like this, but man, this wasn't even a close matchup. It wasn't close at all, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I'm the affirmative. Did he prove? I asked him in the chin check. I said, "Did you prove that the king wasn't that?" He said, "No, that wasn't my argument." Then what debate are you in? And like I said, judges, pay attention to the sources I sent out. Pay attention to if he really tore down my argument, because he didn't. Pay attention to how he was agreeing with the most feared debater on this planet, the 314 champ. Shout out to Lions and everybody else that watched the debate.
That is time. Great debate from both brothers. Listen, the link is in the chat, family. Come up. If you got a question or comment for one of the brothers, please do. They are not going to debate you because they've already done that. They will respond to your question or comment, though. So if you got a question or comment, hit the link. I see we got one of the top contenders for the Worldview Wars Debate League World title, my brother Gideon in the building. Who you got a question or comment for, bro?
I got a question for both of them. I'm gonna ask it and then I'll just, fall back and let them answer it. But I would like to make a quick comment before I ask them the question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you letting me up, man. All praises to the Most High in the name of Yahshua. Hey, man, this was a good debate. But what I want to comment on real quick before I ask both of them the question and just, let them have it, is that, and people got this topic confused. They lit they lit someone who they think is a top-notch scholar, and I'm not saying he's not, but Jabari skewed this whole conversation because when you're asking, are the netter literal, you also got to finish it with literal with what? Because if you're just saying literal, you're leaving it blank. And I don't understand for the life of me why nobody really brought that up. So what I'm going to ask these brothers, and I'm going to fall off, are the netter rule literally netters? And I'll fall back.
All right, so look, either one of y'all can answer the question. Matter of fact, we'll just go, first we'll let Mandika answer, then we'll let Heru answer. I want to say this, Asar M. Ka And anybody else, if you are a judge, I would ask you not to hit the link. I want you to save any questions or comments you got for the brothers for when y'all hit the panel on Thursday. If you are a judge, reserve hitting the link till we do the results show, the Fallout show on Thursday. Go ahead,
And DMC, real quick, I just want to clarify. What I'm asking them is a two-part question. Do they think the title is not too open-ended, but it's just open-ended, and you really can't frame it as are the netters literal because you have to contrast it with something? So with that being said, I would like them to respond, comment on that. And then I'm asking them, are the netters literally netters? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me answer that. See, I don't know if the word behind literal is blanked out so you can't see it, because we didn't leave it blank. There's a topic right there that says beings. So a being is a human being. I showed that how the king becomes a netterer on earth. What are we missing? Yes, a netterer is a literal being who lives on earth. I don't know how much more I can explain it more simpler. How did anybody miss that in this debate? I'm going to say it again. My whole demonstration was showing that the netterer was a position that a literal being had. I showed this. I showed that he gets the army together. I showed that he takes care of the temple. I showed that he was a judge. That's what I showed. So I don't understand how Gideon is missing the topic. Hold on,
No, you're right, JJ. I didn't see the beings. I thought it was just literal. But you're right on that. That beings makes a big difference.
Right.
Let's let.
And I got Elder on the phone that's calling Elder,
But I still have that question I want y'all to answer about the netters being literally netters.
Okay. The netterers being literally netters. So now, if the king is literally a netterer because that's his position, then yes, he's literally a netter. Because that's what, now that they believe that the netter was also some kind of deity above, he goes through a coronation. He goes through a ritual to become the netterer. That's their belief. It's not about what you believe. It's not about what I believe. It's about what those people believe and wrote down. That's my.
All right, let's let Heru answer too. Go ahead, Heru.
Heru, don't take this long, but people are gonna be saying you got knocked out, man.
Heru, you there, bro?
Hey, peace, Gideon. Can you give me your first question again?
Well, the first question is kind of a moot point now because it's literal beings. Because usually people would say, "Oh, the netteru literal," but they usually won't contrast it with nothing. But the topic is good because it's saying beings. But my question to you is, if you're saying they're not literal beings, are the netters literally netters? That's what I was asking. And good debate to y'all. And I don't know if you taking opinions, but I did vote, and I think JJ had it hands down on the information. But yeah, that was my question, bro. The netters literally netters.
Okay, so I was trying to get your first part of the question, but it cut off. It cut off.
Yeah, my first question, it really don't matter because my first question don't matter because it's literal beings. So, I didn't see the beings in it, but now I'm asking, are the netters literally netters?
Okay, you said, and are the netters literally netters? I mean, because when we're looking at the netter and netteru, right? The title netter It's not just exclusive to just the king. And I don't know why JJ thought he could run that game, but there's countless netters, right? And then some of them even merge to describe a certain function or reality of things. And then when you have like the Neteru, you're looking at masculine and feminine actual principles, cosmic forces, different things like that. Like I described with Mayat being justice, truth, balance, order. You know what I'm saying? And then you have like Shu, which is symbolic of air and separation. And then you have like Geb, which is basically the earth. So these couldn't possibly be literal beings, like literal humans, if they, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Netter Happy. Happy is literally the Nile River. You know what I'm saying? So these, I guess that's what I was trying to portray to the through the my argumentation tonight, and hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, since I had negated that first question, my next question, real quick, bro, if I can, I will ask you. Damn, I forgot that fast. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
We gonna go over to Mr. Perfect, the undeniable superstar Silky D. You got a question or comment for one or both of the brothers?
Yeah, I do. Got a couple of questions. Man, where do I start at? Okay, so first off, like when your opponent shows up to a debate and they got sources in the other person's favor against your opponent, you got to do better than that. And also, if you're agreeing with your opponent, you can't. If you're agreeing the whole time, like what you show up for, just to agree and say you're right. So yeah, that's like I wanted to ask Heru, do you realize how many times you agreed with JJ in a debate? And then also with the guys too, I don't know if you realize, but when these guys have different timelines. They're not all coming at the exact same time. Some of them are around here and there, but none of them are coming at the same time. So when you're even saying that, are you taking in the factor of the time, the different years that you're talking about? And he was referring to the 18th one, and still like y'all are just jumping, hopping, and conflating on your guys because it's like over 3,000 of them. So depending on which one you're talking about, but yeah. Do you realize how many times you was agreed with JJ in that debate, Heru?
Okay, so let me go ahead and address you, Silky D. Honestly, I don't even know what you were looking at, if you were paying attention to my slides or not, but I absolutely did have sources. And all my sources were highlighted at the bottom of the screen. They're actual links to the actual museums and to the actual works from Met. And so now to answer your question, when we were talking about this, as far as Netter and as far as the king being deified as Netter, yes, we never disagreed on that. That's the point I'm trying to make. We never disagreed on that part. What I disagreed on him is he wasn't covering the nuance and the totality of Netter and the Neteru. For example, Ra is a Netter. So is Amen. Okay, so he hasn't demonstrated that these were literal beings, that these were human beings, like he said. That the resolution that he called for when he defined literal beings, he said humans. So I showed the Neteru that couldn't possibly be humans. So I don't know if you got up here just to throw shade, bro, but you obviously weren't paying attention to the debate.
All right, Silky, you got anything for Mandinka?
Same question.
Yeah, I can. Go ahead. Yeah, same question to JJ.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. See, like I say, I showed literal beings. I showed the king was a netter. I showed his position. He is a human being. Whether I showed a half a human being being one, I proved my case. Now he want to argue about me trying to prove some people in the sky. That is not my argument. That's what them people believe. But I got more proof right here on Earth. That's what I did. I'm sorry you couldn't debunk that. I'm sorry that you don't accept sources from the museums. I brought real museum citations. You just brought some clips, something you copied and pasted. Next time, when you know better, do better before you get in the ring with me. I told you I was gonna get you. You didn't do nothing in this debate.
Is he supposed to be answering questions or talking to me?
Besides making a straw man argument and some other goddamn argument. Shut up, bro. I'm talking. I didn't interrupt you. You don't tell me when to be quiet. I'm the champ. You shouldn't even been in the ring with me. You ran 4 times already. Ran and left your belt.
Is he supposed to be answering questions or talking to me?
You quit and ran and left me quiet.
JJ. Answer Silky. You ain't got to address Heru, bro.
Answer Silky. You ain't got to address Heru. All right. Yeah, but tell him don't jump in when I'm talking. See?
Nobody did. You just attacked me.
Now, Silk.
Nobody did. You just attacked.
No, he gave a good answer. No, that was a good answer.
All right, look, we gonna go over to Jose Francis. Jose, you got a question or comment for Heru or Mandinka Mali?
Well, my comment is actually nature are both literal and non-literal, sometimes at the same time. So that's my comment. And my question for Heru is, was the topic of the debate the king being a nature or the nature being literal with 18th dynasty texts in particular? That's the question to Heru.
Yes, sir. That the latter end of what you gave. The debate was,
look at the background.
Believed that the Neteru were literal beings. We weren't debating was the king divine. We weren't debating was the king nature.
That's it for me.
Okay.
I feel like I followed the resolution.
Jose, did you have anything for Mandinka Mali?
No.
All right, we're gonna move on to Larrell Burns. Larrell, you got a question or comment for Mandinka Mali or Heru Coscious?
Peace, guys. So, Heru and JJ, I'm gonna ask y'all these questions. So, from my understanding, neter means power and force. Or are you suggesting, or any one of y'all suggesting that power and force is somehow not a literal thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting that.
So you're saying that power and force is not a literal thing?
No, I didn't say that. I said I would agree that power and force is a thing.
Okay, so it actually exists.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say that a Sar was a netter?
Absolutely.
Okay, did a Sar have a child?
Yep.
Okay. Did a Sar live as a man?
No, and he lived and had a child through mythology. These weren't actual people in history. These weren't historical people.
Did a Sar die like a man?
In the mythological stories, yes.
Okay, so what makes you think it's mythology if the man died like a human?
Because the stories that you're finding this in is classified under mythology. It's a mythological. These are mythological characters.
JJ, what's your synopsis on the question?
Can you ask me that one more time, brother?
Okay, so from my understanding, netter means power and force. From my understanding, are you saying that power and force is a real thing? You saying that power and force is a real thing?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so power and force is also expressed through the netter, the power of raising an army, the power of making judgment, the power if you disrespect the netter in court, you get your nose cut off. This is a court legal document. Here's a document right here. This is the document right here, sir. Where is it at? The Papers of Abbott, the royal investigation that proves Netter Nefer was a concrete legal authority, not a religious idea. Do you understand that, Heru Conscious? Because evidently you don't. You steady debating something I don't care if I'm not, bro. Listen.
You still talking to me. I ain't even said a word to you. Talk to Laurel. He asked you a question.
I'm still talking to you because we just debated. Let's stop acting like that.
Talk to Laurel. He asked you a question.
He's looking bad, bro. And then
no, you looking bad.
Why would it mute him? Because I didn't do that to him.
JJ, you can't address the man and expect him not to respond, bro.
Respond on his time? Yes, I can.
Why you talk? JJ, don't call the man name if you don't want him to say nothing to you.
All right, so yeah. I've already destroyed him in this debate, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna mention anybody's name, but he came to this debate ill-prepared. When you sit up there and try to say, well, you agreed with me through the whole debate, and then you say, well, I didn't say that the king wasn't a divine person, but the king takes on the divine during the coronation. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was the question I wanted to ask him.
Okay, so you agree that you agree that the power and force that the abstract meaning of that is something that is in reality. That's something that's real. That the Neteru themselves,
well, here's the thing,
can show power and force by expressing themselves.
Correct. But the thing is, when they represent a determinative, they don't represent it as an abstract. They are in control. The netter is in control of Ma'at. The netter is the one who make do what do you call that, rituals to the king that passed. To hey bro, hey, I got this statue, right? Hey bro, we need to feed you so you can keep the Nile going. He wanted me to prove that these netters was real in the sky when I'm right here on Earth. I'm right here on Earth, and he ain't even accepting that evidence. You're not accepting that evidence when I'm showing you the netter right here on Earth. He want to say, oh, you don't win because you didn't prove the ones in the sky. That ain't how it works, sir. The netters were literal beings to these people, and they were the king. And
JJ, let me ask him this question real quick.
Imhotep became a netter.
Hold on,
Imhotep became a netter, ladies and gentlemen.
We got my brother Nathaniel. And JJ, do me a favor too. Go back and look at this debate, and whatever is causing that echo, get it fixed.
Talk to him. Now he ain't acting like that.
Listen. Go back and look at this debate, JJ, and whatever causing that echo, get it fixed.
Yo, DMD, I remember my question is 5 seconds for Heru, and I'm going to fall back.
I can't get it fixed during this debate, man.
Get in. I'm going to come back around.
This dude down,
I'm going to come back around to you. I want to go to my brother Nathaniel Hughes right quick.
Yes, sir.
You got a question or comment for Mandika Mali or Heru Conscious?
Yeah, I just got a comment, man. You two brothers did a great job on your debate, man. You know what I mean? Peace to everybody in the chat. Peace, brother DMG. It was a great debate. You guys didn't disappoint. And I'll probably be watching this all week. So, good job.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right, Gideon, go ahead and ask your question, man, and then we're going to get out of here. We running on 3 hours.
Heru, did you state in your debate what is a being? And if you did or didn't, can you explain that again? What is a being to you?
I went off of what he defined as literal beings. So we established, because I had to ask him, what did he mean by literal beings? And he said humans. So that's what we rolled off of, humans. And I think I effectively showed that all Netter and Netteru weren't humans, clearly.
Well, if the debate was human beings, yeah, JJ lost because I mean, I wouldn't say they were
Yeah,
human beings, but the debate don't. The title doesn't say that. But I mean, hey, that's for the judges to decide. But I just wanted to know what
yeah,
was your definition of beings. That's what's up.
yeah. Because
Let me
actually,
respond. Let me
Gideon, the
let me
hold on,
respond.
don't cut me off, bro. I'll let you rock. Actually, Gideon, the title actually does ask, did the 18th dynasty of Kemet believe the Neter/Netteru were literal beings? And I could give you another example right now. Look at Akhenaten. He brought in the worship of Aten. Even in the hymns of Aten from Akhenaten, he's seen Aten as the literal sun. So Aten was a netter. Aten was not a human being, clearly. So JJ, you lost this, bro. I don't know why you got your chest so pumped up, so confident, man. But you forgot all about the Netteru, bro. And then I want you to hold on to that.
Okay. Can I
I
respond?
got my little kickback. I ain't got to be disrespectful to you.
Can I
All
respond
right,
to
listen,
him,
y'all.
DMG?
We getting
No,
out of here, bro.
Go ahead. So can I
All right,
respond
y'all.
to, oh boy, can I get a final word? Because Gideon, if I show one literal being on earth as a netter, I ain't lost nothing. Do you know what a being is? It's a person. So I don't know what you talking about, Gideon. Like, once again, you came up here twice wrong. Do you know what a being is? It's a person. That's it. I ain't got to go nothing
A
else.
being and a
All I
human
got to
being
do
is
is show that
different.
being.
Though.
Yeah, a being. Yes, a being is a person. Did you know that? Look up the. Let me pull it up.
No,
Do you
no.
know what a
A
being is?
being.
Wait a
There
minute.
you go.
A
And guess
being,
what?
a
And guess
being
what?
is a person.
Is a person?
Yes, that's the definition.
No, it's not.
Damn, y'all didn't know? No, it's not. They pull it up right now. They pull it up right now.
Hold on,
Judges,
give
I want the
me,
judges to know.
give me 1 second.
It's a person. Give me 1 second. Shit, well, I mean, we're not gonna play this. Hey, JJ lost
Every
nothing.
person is a
I
being, but
showed
not
you what the
every being
netter
is a
was.
person.
It don't matter that every being is not a person. I showed the ones that was a goddamn netter. He was a human being. Man, get up out of here, bro, before you get it next.
So what? So JJ, what? Just for clarity,
Hey, get it.
what are you saying? You just said a being is a
Ain't no
person.
clarity. The judges know.
What you mean the judges know? They watching the debate like we watching.
I'm just
Like
trying to figure out
everybody
what
else
we
watching.
saying.
Shut your mouth. Because now you just fake. No, hey,
Nah, I'm just saying. You act like you've been greasing the judges or something.
we're gonna leave it to the judges. I'm not gonna explain it to you. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. I must tell you one more time before I go.
Man, can you answer
being,
DMG, bro?
You can look at it. I told him the definition. Hey, DMG, why is you steady letting him interrupt me? And then when I go in on him, you want to cut.
JJ, ain't nobody talking. You hearing an echo.
Like I said,
You're hearing an echo. I keep telling you that.
He's steady.
You're hearing an echo. I keep telling you that.
But they tell him to be quiet when it's my turn to speak. Period. There wouldn't be no echo. I'm not finna try to crash out at the end of this. After a good show, you're not finna try to bait me in that Heru consciousness because you don't know what a being is, and obviously Gideon don't know. So I'm gonna tell you one more time. You go look up the definition of a being, and it says a person. But guess what? These people believe that the beings that died on Earth were their ancestors, and they were beings, transcendent beings. Now that ain't too hard for you to understand, is it, Gideon? So don't come up here talking about I lost because of the title, when a being is a human being. And then when they die, they're still transcendent beings. Your ancestor, when they die, they're still a goddamn being, a human being that went to the other goddamn land. They went to the Duat. They're still a human being.
Well, go to your channel, JJ, and we can continue this.
Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Because I gotta say this to JJ. I gotta say this to JJ. JJ, you do realize Gideon came up here and said when I asked people in the chat, I put a poll up. I said, who do you think is going to win this debate? Gideon said Mandinka Mali. So why are you going at Gideon as if he didn't say he thought you won?
So why are you going at Gideon as if he didn't say he thought you won?
Because he just said I lost according to the title, so I had to explain to him what a being is. A being is a person. You're not a human being, Gideon? Let me ask him this.
5 seconds, DMG.
Are you a
I
human
said
being?
if the title
Or are you a
was
trend?
did the 18th dynasty of Kemet believe the letters were literal human beings, you would have lost that debate. But that's not the title of the debate. So you really like losing
Oh,
it
my
the more
bad.
you talk and say that beings mean human
No, it
beings.
ain't no losing it because you ain't the judge. The more you talk,
You're
the
not
more you sit up here.
listening
You
though.
didn't even know the title when you got up here. When you got up here,
Right.
you didn't even know the title. You know
All
when you
No,
right,
said
you
listen, hold
you
on.
you said believe
Judges,
the letter were literal.
judges,
So get your ass up out of here. Get your ass up out of
judges,
here, nigga.
strike this from the record. I don't want this. I don't want this influencing nothing. This is some confusing shit to me at this point. Uh,
Yeah,
family, we
get
gonna
his
get out of
confused.
here. The
Yep.
Fallout
Get
show.
his confused.
The Fallout show is this Thursday. Make sure y'all tune in 7:15 Central Time. The Fallout show is this Thursday, 7:15 Central Time. The judges will be here to give you their determinations. They are going to explain why they went the way they went. They're going to give you their scorecards, et cetera, et cetera. I think we got some exceptional judges. And if they can't make it, they will be giving me their scorecard ahead of time, whether it's the two primaries or the alternate. That way we won't find ourselves in the situation that we were in the other night. All right. Because this is my dog right here. This my sis. I'm gonna let her come up. But sis, I was about to get out of here, but because it's you, I'm gonna bring you up. Step into the light. Well, bring us home. What's going on?
What's going on? I mean, it's already my understanding that these netters were literal human beings deified over time. So I got JJ for the win. Um, I just came up here to make sure you plug the face off
That's
between
right. Tell
Easy
him, Light.
Dance and Jose.
Hey, you my new tag team partner.
JJ, I done told you, bro, you're not stealing light, bro. Calm down with all that. Calm down. You're not stealing light, bro. Stop it. Knock
But
it
yeah,
off.
No, that's my tag team partner.
Knock it
Come
off,
on.
bro. Mute out, JJ. Mute out.
well, yeah. I mean, this been my understanding
All
for
right,
years,
fam.
and I think that
Like, you're gonna have to pick a side between me and JJ.
well, you already know where I'm rolling, home team. But yeah, that's just been my understanding for years, not just
Y'all in the same game.
recently. Not just recently. So, and I don't understand why it's like
I
we've seen it
think
happen over and over and over in time, or over a course of historically, we've seen them turn literal human beings into deities. So
well,
I don't
I
know.
think it was some nuance to the debate that we that it seemed like got a little lost in the sauce during the course of the debate. But I think the judges are sophisticated enough to disseminate it. I think both brothers did excellent jobs bringing their particular arguments. I think they came up with the specifics of this title, and I think they argued it in their own particular lanes. And so I'm looking forward to this Fallout show. Y'all make sure y'all there. I'll be giving away 5 more memberships. If you haven't already signed up for the membership, they dirt cheap. Debate Mania 3-night event. Members only. Make sure y'all there. Last argument standing. Also next month. We got a lot of things coming up, man. Make sure y'all here for it. Gideon will be taking on Josh Shue for the Worldview Wars Debate League World title. We got Steve, the Kemet infomonger, taking on Big Hemi for the Worldview Wars Debate League social media title. We got the tandem division popping off. For those who didn't catch that face off, we got the Comedic Express taking on the Legion of Gnosis for the tandem titles. We got a lot going on Worldview Wars Debate League and Paradigm Shift TV. Y'all know what it is, man. We're going to find out who won this debate Thursday night. We also found out Nate Hughes won his debut match against our brother Easy Bands. Easy Bands and our brother Jose got a face-off coming up on Light Show on Wednesday. Step into the light with Light Brown, man. Make sure y'all here for all of it. So till next time, family, we will be black at it again. But for now, that's peace. We'll see y'all Thursday for the Fallout Show. We'll see you Wednesday for Step into the Light with Light Brown. We out of here.
I told you I wasn't stepping to. I ain't disrespecting you, son. You wanted to be one way. What? You wanted to be one way. What is the other way?
Funny how everybody loved the debate till the judges say they lost. Funny how everybody claimed they want smoke till the scorecards come across.
My name is my name.
Everybody gangster when the verdict go their way. Taking victory laps, posting on social media all day. But let them catch an L, now the judges all corrupt. Now the rules wasn't fair, now the platform messed up. When you won, it was justice. When you lost, it was rigged. When the spotlight was on you, man, you danced a little jig.
Funny how the narrative changes overnight. You a scholar on Monday, by Tuesday ready to fight.
Y'all don't want accountability, you want applause. Want championship treatment without championship flaws. See, debate ain't about feelings, it's about evidence, argument, and skill. Sometimes you climb the mountain,
sometimes you fall down the hill. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
but it's the other way.
When you win, it's all love.
When you lose, it's another day. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the same judges you praised last month ain't fair today. You want it to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the facts don't bend for feelings, no matter what you say. My name,
Yeah,
my name.
the hate got me laughing. It really tell the story. If the platform wasn't working, why they obsessed with my glory? Every week somebody got an opinion to proclaim, but they still tune in faithfully. That's free promotion of the name. Paradigm shift, TV 314 still standing, while critics in the comments keep demanding and demanding. See the infamous perspective, giving viewpoints room to breathe. The black church files digging deeper than was seen. The Kemet takeover, bringing culture to the floor. The GT perspective, asking questions they ignore. Here you get many choices. Ladies' night, giving divas voices. Different minds, different paths, different truth. Reaching the elders and the youth. But it's the other way.
You said the platform needed you, but somehow you still stayed.
Yeah,
You wanted to be one way,
but it's the other way.
the show keeps moving forward even after people stray. You wanted to be one way,
But it's the other way.
the audience decides, not the stories that you made. My name is my
I've seen debaters come and go. Some legends, some pretenders. Some became champions, some became contenders. Some accepted losses and came back even stronger. Others spent 6 months complaining and being bitter even longer. Everybody wanna run a platform. Everybody got advice, but very few know the sacrifice. Are willing to pay the price. Fight facts, challenge views, give the people real discussion. Not excuses when you lose. So whether they applaud or whether they complain, one thing remains forever.
My name is my name.
but it's the other way.